our differences, let us also direct attention to our common interests and the means by which those differences can be resolved. And if we cannot end now our differences, at least we can help make the world safe for diversity. For in the final analysis, our most basic common link is that we all inhabit
yourself to it as well as you possibly can. Learn as much about it as you can.
Second, my biggest argument for the greatness is there are probably no two greater modern comedians of television.
Second time tonight, two individuals will advance through the round of 32 and make up. Guys, Pete Babcock has moved on to round number 2.
So the local governments would... Piper, we didn't come here for your sarcasm. We came here for business. Make fun of Geronimo and his men, call them all kinds of names.
He's a hard worker, log splitter. He wrestled a little bit, you know.
While Gerald Briscoe and Fred Ottman have moved on to round number 2.
There's so many things. Young people just don't have a calling.
The same way that militaries have been doing this for thousands of years.
Both these men.
To keep your nose clean.
It means they couldn't do it at night. The call of the century. Giants win the pennant. Giants win the pennant.
John Layfield will move on to round 2 of TKN Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament.
$175 on the bar, makes it look easy.
The first thing I want to do is, again, be very literal about this. A routine is something that's performed as part of a regular procedure rather than for a special reason. That's what started the war. It would never happen. We were coming off McCarthyism. We were coming off the Red Scare. Is that not controversy? Because if it's not, please tell me how it's not. We went into Vietnam because of expansion, territorial and global expansion. That was the real reason. And in addition to that...
Like, if you organize your space where you live in, your mind will be organized.
How can you fight for people's freedoms, but you still hold people against their will? The new network is a great cause. There needs to be debates like this between people from different walks of life, or how would there ever be any resolution?
Mark Henry, Avi Klein, you have advanced into round 2.
To do it.
You may be a role model, but the media is definitely looking to tear you down.
Stephen Tobolowsky barely ekes out a win against Todd Bridges.
Wait a minute. Who put the keg way out here in the woods? If you treat yourself the way you would a garden, you know, some people can't grow a flower.
At 124 beats per minute, the Jaws theme would...
With a grand total of 64 points, Jason London is the top vote getter. Rusitano moves on as well to round number 2.
I want the facts first.
And I've always wished,
I know it's McCready,
that we could have,
he's the thing,
have unbiased reporting.
B. Brian Blair, guys and gals, advances to round number 2.
See what happens.
That's it.
Fight to survive!
Why don't you find out for yourself? Discover Planet Stasiak.
Point is that I still think everything trickles from the top.
Magazine restrictions, bans in national parks, schools, concerts.
As he won 2 straight topics, 2-0, Eric Heron will be moving on to the second round.
If you have a popular vote,
they're boxing us in with these rules of engagement.
The judges.
And if you agree to them and one of our planes gets knocked down or one of the ships won't stop for inspection, the chiefs will have us by the ball.
It's just going to get out of control.
And will force us to start shooting.
And, still.
Jeremy, London has a rebuttal?
None of that. It's been proven that that's not true. Sports programs get far more funding.
Say right now, let me bring in the winner.
That was fun, man.
Barry, he's got his shot. On court to Porter.
Still have pride in yourself and want to play.
The work that had to be done. Computers were not what they were before.
This guy named Jack Ruby comes out of nowhere and shoots him. And then it was just total chaos.
Rick Barry moves on to round 2. Is Jim McMahon with 39 points. He moves on to round 2.
One of the men 14 times heavyweight champion of the world. This is major league. This is big time, boy.
Kelly White is just simply a scheduled out little frame on a piece of paper that I'm getting ready to mark a line through.
It's the experience that he got.
It also matters who the advice is coming from.
2-1, officially in round number 2 of the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament is Marcus Buff Bagwell.
From who?
For myself.
And what is this message you speak of?
Yo, just because you live in large with crazy bank and stupid wheels and I'm butt naked don't give you the right to dish. You know what I'm saying?
All right, now, check this out. I thought you were going to join us for dinner. I got busy. Yeah, I heard.
Once the 80s started, we were now in the workforce in the office.
The video revolution is what took us to TV.
It made people start to reach out and learn about each other's cultures more freely.
Of 26 points, Diane Franklin has also moved on to round number 2. Tommy Davidson is officially in the second round of the Grand Debate Tournament.
You won't see it on CNN. You won't see it on CNN.
Avi.
But Magnum TA is a heck of a challenger, maybe the champion tomorrow.
Have to watch out that they'll come up in a trap.
Sometimes we have to step out in faith and look fear in the eye to overcome.
A lot of those experiences would encourage us to step forward so that we continue to move, continue to grow.
Mr. Allen defeats Mr. Lenny Wilkins.
Sit down.
What's going on?
Because the way you're looking at me, we must be old friends. Where do we meet?
I mean, I still got to take a ticket, but you're not supposed to tell me.
Take it away.
Dickerson, 10-5, touchdown, Eric Dickerson, 62 yards. That's a high.
You have a mutual respect for one another because you both are fighters. It's no different than playing football.
Most control, I believe, is an illusion.
I believe love is the greatest power we have to create with.
Mrs. D. Wallace moves on to round number 2. Eric Dickerson with 40 points also moves on to round number 2.
Seeing the craft and paying your dues.
Bret Hart advances to round 2.
This young lady broke up with him.
You appear on this dating game, Richard Ramirez.
Moving on to round number 2, Davis Jubilee, Mindy Red. goes on to round number 2.
You're providing a false sense of security.
John Red finishes first and will be in round 2 of the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament. Howard Collado has finished second and will also advance. Era J has advanced to round number 2.
Of watercress.
Well, it's delicious.
The sister of Mary Hartman. I can't think of the character's name. Then after that,
I think she played Kathy Shumway, maybe?
Yeah, she was Kathy Shumway. Very
Shumway.
good. That's very impressive. You got a good workshop you're doing.
Sure
This
do,
is
man.
what's going on in your workshop. Wow.
Ms. Gilmore, rules are rules. When you're late, you forfeit the right to take the test.
Last name Matthews, first name Dakin. He's welcome to the green.
A lot of us came into this world on November 7th, 1940, and a few things collapsed.
Isn't that incredible? Isn't that absolutely incredible?
An enemy deserves no mercy. What is the problem, Mr. Lawrence?
You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is no one's perfect, but honest to God, you're terrific. You do your homework, and
I appreciate
I've done
that.
everybody. I've done in the '80s. I did Johnny Carson. I did
Sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all, and you're very energetic and good. And you ask the right questions.
You were going to
renounce your position.
Thousands of people would have died without that vaccine.
You were going to tell.
Honestly, another trio of questions. Now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian man named Skippy for unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Avi. That's yeah.
90 minutes and 2 hours every single day on the Scoop. Who else gives you that? Wrestle with anything but why? Because we talk about everything. If you watch Spaceball, guys and gals, you live in fantasy land. They sold the merchandise, and they did that.
They put their own sequels in the movie ahead of time.
In the movie.
Payback time.
To the best of my judgment.
His inaugural.
Last name Ventura, first name Jesse.
I'll tell you this, Avi, you definitely do your homework.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
No, Avi, you're great. Like I said, the good thing about you, unbelievably good about you do your frickin' homework.
Thank you, my friend.
You're extremely prepared, much more prepared than most interviewers that I get, because you know stuff that I wouldn't expect you to know, and sometimes I'm a little disappointed that you do know.
You were like a brother to all of us. Is that okay, Tony? Can I sit?
Oh, where'd you get that book from?
Yeah, there we go.
It's my earbook. But
Yeah.
baby, I tell you what, you did your homework.
Did you have fun here in the green room?
Anytime you want me back, I'm here, brother.
You know, one thing I never worry about, baby, is that energy crisis. Because I got my own personal heating system.
I'm prepared to take on this challenge of this wonderful, wonderful monologue that you've written, and I couldn't think of anything I'd rather do after I read it again for maybe the third or fourth time. I wish that I'd had the time to commit it to memory, because it deserves that. Giving me your thoughts and your input, because as I told you, that piece that you sent me is, I love good writing, and I think
Thank you,
that's been
sir.
the secret of my career.
Avi, you are unbelievable.
No.
That was one of the best introductions I've ever had in my entire life. Not better than my bar mitzvah.
Why do you use the payphone?
To call out Cyril, that's why.
Why not use a cell phone?
You mean a cell phone? Because they're illegal in Oz. They're against the rules.
Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person?
But I really enjoyed this, man. You're a smart guy, and you ask really good questions. And
mortgage up to date, so you're still gonna have to sell it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely, my friend.
You made me laugh too. It's great.
Yeah, I think Alf would be wisecracking while the alien would be tearing everybody up apart, I guess. Let's talk about some of the 80s horror classics.
Sally Kirkland.
I've been acting 25 years, and everyone's been saying hang in, and now I know why.
Ann and me to take him in. Take him in?
I wanted you to take him in. What the hell are you talking about?
Sally Kirkland, welcome to the green room.
How did you do that thing where you were talking so fast? How did you learn how to do that?
I don't know.
Very few people can do what you did. Well, the acting teacher here, 35 years, commends you on your ability to do that. I'm very impressed.
I've one thing to say, and that's damn it, Janet, I love you.
No, you know what? You're a very interesting person. I mean,
please.
you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this. And I would love to read or see something that you've written because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Rated and why? Sauerkraut, Henry Kissinger's deep, soothing voice, or dogs wearing sweaters?
I like dogs wearing sweaters.
Get caught in a bloodbath ensues. What is with you today? Don't get me wrong, I don't wish.
Your jack of all trades is teaching this craft as rewarding for you as performing in it.
I think sometimes it's more rewarding. Where did you, man, you do your research? I'm very impressed, brother. I'm very impressed.
Very simple formula. Everybody's a suspect.
I hope you're getting paid a lot because that was the greatest intro I think I've ever had. All the stuff that you talked to me about that I don't even remember about myself is so impressive. Highly impressed. So I would give this a very high A.
Not just through the good times, through the bad too.
Michael Irvin on line 4.
Oh, sorry, Bruce Wayne. Alexander Knox.
Are you inclined to agree with the fact that the greatest sports films are those really a particular sport as a backdrop of sorts?
I think you're 150% right.
He was almost like a gazelle. He glided.
Eric, how are you, my friend?
What's up, Vic? How you doing, man? I like that. I like that introduction. Golly, I didn't know that stuff about myself. Oh yeah.
Would you say this is a little up?
Oh man, definitely. This is. I think my top. I mean, because when you do the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it. Interestingly enough, later on, you were able to get her cast on a series, and she received her SAG card. Is that right?
Oh, I love you that you brought that up.
Oh,
I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing. Such a difference for us, and it makes it exciting for us, so thank you.
Let's give a warm welcome to a legend of a man and a player. Last name Johnson, first name Ed.
Wow! Man, let me tell you something. When I have a retirement party, even at my funeral, you better show up.
Thank you.
Papa Smurf has a hip hop artist.
Yo, yeah. Give me some of that. Funny, real human being. Last name Farley. First name Kevin.
Avi, man, really, you're a very talented man. That's amazing. You're a very intelligent guy. Does his homework, and I appreciate that you looked into my work so much, and I appreciate all the work you do on this show. It really pays off.
I spent the first part of my life in Texas.
Oh, that's funny. You don't have an accent.
I don't want to talk like those assholes.
If you were back in your high school prom, I welcome to the green room the one and only Mr. Sizemore, first name Tom. How are you, my friend?
Wow.
So I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom, I could do that.
Wow, that was something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
That was terrific.
Okay, how about don't tell mom the babysitter's dead? Let's welcome in the talented Mr. Coogan, first name Keith.
Who's at the door?
Stray dog.
What?
Thank you. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. What a great introduction. Fantastic. You do your research. Connected with me right there. And he knows my brand. He nailed it. I can't get... And now I know why you have... And thank you for letting me have this personality today. I appreciate it. Is that you... This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests. And great guests beget great guests.
Oh, I think it's fabulous.
Funky chicken.
Gentlemen, brother.
There are really two Shakespeares.
Well, I'm excited. I'm
good. How you feeling, John?
Terrific. Hello. I mean, I love it. You block that out.
Wow. I forget how much you do your homework.
There it is, guys and gals and pals. If that intro didn't light your fire, you might as well acquire a batch of desire. As here on the green room, the bar gets it higher and higher. And regardless of your attire, you will never tire, because this is the place where luminaries battle it out with matches that have gone down to the wire. Yes, indeed. This is the star-studded Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament, round number 1, night number 20, which means that round number 1 is in its 11th hour. And as of tonight, 15 Hall of Famers from sports, wrestling, and more have entered this exclusive field. Let's not forget about 17 award winners and nominees from Hollywood. Their talent and excellence is never concealed. That's right, Oscar winners, nominees, legends, champions, they're all here for the pride and the prize. There's no easy way to win. A magic wand won't get it done, nor will a chant of hocus pocus. Concentration, research, personality, honesty, along with sheer and absolute focus. Last week, guys and gals, we celebrated our 150th consecutive episode, and considering how much we have to offer over here, I am truly proud. I'm proud to spend my Saturday nights with you, the engine, an amazing and positive crowd that has allowed me to express my passion quite loud and clear, because the place to be is here. We air on 53 pages live, not including YouTube and my very own. I appreciate this massive audience so very much, and will always let it be known. What's on the line, you might ask? How about $13,000, a trip for 2 to Greece, and the right to become Mr., Miss, or Mrs. TKN? They come from near and afar, from Japan to Senegal, from Minnesota to North Dakota, from Canarsie to Milwaukee. The competitors are hard-hitting like mid-70s hockey, an uppercut by Philly's own Rocky, as entertaining as Chaplin pre-talkie. So let me end these rhymes and put away the role of disc jockey. The competitors are ready to enter this virtual arena and go toe-to-toe. The first competitor that I'll introduce has quite the inner glow, and she's a pro, and her presence will make you go, whoa. She's incredibly talented, intelligent, multifaceted, and one of a kind. She's incredibly honest and is never afraid to speak her mind. She revolutionized the women's division with innovation and dedication. Her dictionary of life contains many words, but never procrastination. As her journey in this tournament begins tonight, will she arrive at her destination? She's one of the all-time greats, an absolute trailblazer. She can beat him with power, humor, and wax philosophical like good old Kelsey and Frazier. Will she be the last person standing when it's all said and done, as her grace, beauty, and strength surpass that of a mighty Appaloosa? Time will tell, so put your hands together for a wonderful human being. Last name Michelli, first name Madusa. Welcome to the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament.
Oh my gosh, hi. Oh my God, what an intro. Absolutely loved it. You are a true champion. Absolutely at what you do.
I know about that. You are the champ. And you know what? Before we bring in your mystery competitor, I got to say this again. I'm so happy to see you here tonight. Great talking to you all week. You're here for the pride and the prize and winning the whole thing as well.
Yes, I am. And I'm really excited because I love debates. Even though I debate with my husband, I debate with my friends, I debate with you, and I just met you. And so riddle me this, riddle me that. I am ready for this tonight.
Interesting that you brought up riddle me this, riddle me that. I like that. Actually, guys and gals, a little foreshadowing perhaps. Who knows? Let's see. Guys and gals, Madusa is one hell of a competitor, one hell of a human being, a fast friend as well. But man, she's here to win this thing. Let's see how it goes. So guys and gals, our second competitor tonight is a man that is class personified, and our conversations off camera are always intelligent, insightful, and a whole lot of fun. He won 2 Emmy Awards for co-writing the Academy Awards, the Oscars in 90 and 91. He grew up a Yankee and Roger Maris fan. He loved the Orioles, Frank Robinson, and Harmon Killebrew. You guys and gals and pals need more hints? Certainly there's another clue. He showcased his range of versatility in Bull Durham, Tim Burton's Batman, and Good Morning Vietnam. He's a baseball aficionado and could probably name every major star from Canada to Guam. His love for the game might have been acquired from his father, Sonny. Later on, his hit HBO series covered the inner workings of business, sports, and oh yes, that money. After 7 years in Houston, he did stand-up at the Improv in Manhattan, where he shared the stage with Seinfeld, Larry David, and Paul Reiser, to name a few. He also wrote jokes for Rodney Dangerfield. Hopefully he likes my material. If not, just lie. Forget about being true. Then came a hit HBO series that we all remember. It began as a sports version of Spinal Tap. He created, wrote, and starred on this show, which was much more entertaining than this rap. He was nominated twice for Best Actor in a Comedy Series and for his refreshing and truthful performance. This incredible HBO series that I'm referencing to is Arliss. He made us laugh. That is of high importance. He's accomplished so much and is here to win it all. So please put your hands together and welcome a legend of a human being. First name Robert, last name Wuhl. Welcome to the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament, my friend.
Thank you. Medusa, first of all, you look great. That's nice to see you.
Oh, you're being smooth already. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna win. This is gonna be a no-brainer.
I told you.
No.
I told you that's what you said.
No. This is a slam dunk. I just watched 25 minutes of all these wrestlers kissing Avi's ass about how great it is. Oh, this is yeah. I mean, you've done your homework. So he's supposed to do your homework. It's his job.
That's true. That is very true. That is very true.
We give people props now for doing their job.
Right, Robert. Right. But that being said, that intro was meant to give you respect and give Madusa respect.
I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. But I'm just telling this vote, Christie's going to get more votes from the Republican Party than I am going to get against Madusa.
Tactics. These are tactics. Robert is a genius. Madusa's a genius. Guys, here's what I'm going to do.
It's okay. She's great.
Every time we talk on the phone, I learn something from you. Every single time we're on the phone, I learn something from you. So, yes, it's going to be a great matchup, guys. Now, again, before we begin this matchup, Madusa and Robert have worked with one another. Madusa, I'm going to go off screen for about a moment. And then if you guys would want to have a conversation for about maybe a minute or so, I'll then pop up and we'll get started with this debate, guys and gals. And
Absolutely. Oh, my gosh. First of all, Robert, it is so great to see you. A big fan of yours till this day, and even back way back when we kind of worked together, didn't we?
Right?
Yeah. And your hat, I want to say thank you. My husband is 31 years veteran. He just retired, Command Sergeant Major. So thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank him for him. My father, I was not in the service. I have to. My father served in World War II. In fact, here's great. He was on the island of Tinian. He was a code breaker, and he was in the Pacific on the island of Tinian, and his commanding officer was Paul Tibbets, and that's where the Enola Gay flew from. So my father was a cryptographer, and I said, "So, Dad, did you get a piece of the message? Did you get the message about dropping the bomb?" And he said, "No, I think it came over in pieces. I don't think it came in one piece." And he had something like "little boy down," something to that effect. But what was cool was my father. The best thing about the story was he didn't lie. He actually thought, he said, "I didn't know. I thought Eleanor Roosevelt was coming over because she'd come over in the Philippines the year before." But he didn't lie. He could have said, "Yeah, I actually got the message."
Right.
That's interesting.
So you shared a lot with your father and growing up with him, and that's amazing. You have siblings as well.
One brother, and I just lost my sister.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry for that, Robert. Guys and gals, on the rare occasion, I have to bring him up. I will always bring him up because he was my mentor. Richard Donner was a fan of both of these entertainers, the man who got me into this industry. Thank you, Richard, for watching and for supporting me as you do every time. So, guys and gals, let's move on to topic number one. I will announce this topic, and we will be off to the races, guys. Remember, if there's a rebuttal, Madusa will kick things off. If there's a rebuttal, Robert simply has to raise his index finger. I will pop in. He could rebut Madusa if he'd like. Madusa could do the same as well with Robert for any of the topics. And, of course, after each topic, all of you, the engine that makes this entire thing go. And as you know, we are on 53, make it 54 pages tonight because we're also streaming on Madusa's YouTube channel, guys and gals, live right here. We are on 54 pages, 7-figure views across the board, cumulative. We appreciate you. We started with a donut a few years back, and now 7 figures across the board every Saturday night, guys and gals. We do it live, and we thrive. And hopefully, guys and gals, you will be able to survive because this is going to be a night that's going to be electric. I guarantee you. Keep voting, and you are the engine that makes this entire thing go, as you know. So, guys and gals, topic.
Before you begin, this is now live on Madusa's page too. I was wrong. Christie would get 3 times the amount of votes. It's going to be heard. It's going to be heard. You know who's going to get more votes? I'm going to get as many votes as Liz Cheney would get right now.
Oh dear. Nope.
That's how many votes I'm getting.
I'll tell you what, though, here's to balance it out. Our judges in the back, their votes are worth 3 points. We got 2 wildcard voters as well, so it all evens out nicely. Guys and gals, topic number 1, best rock frontmen or women of all time. They're right here, and they're right there. They're out in front. The unquestioned focal point of the band. They're the rock and roll frontmen or front women. But who are the greatest ever? And critically, what makes a truly great one? What are the qualities that put someone at the front of the line of frontmen or women? It's not simply the sum of their talents, is it? If I had to try to nail it in the fewest possible words, I'd say it's a presence beyond just performance. As Steven Van Zandt described using slightly lengthier phrasing in his book, frontmen are the receivers of the
Van Zandt.
Van Zandt, you gotta love him. He's street band. He said the receivers, get this, Robert. I got to concur with him, though. He said the receivers of the energy as well as the transmitters. They're the preacher. They're the medicine man. They're the mystic, the one possessed by the spirit. I guess you could say that, like a lot of things, you know them when you see them. So just what characteristics might endow someone with that rock star it factor? Probably above all, it's simply attitude. But in addition to that, there's likely to be some intoxicating combination of charisma, magnetism, flamboyance, and yeah, sexiness. I know a thing or two about that. The best have an indescribable energy, an aura, the allure that can become enchanting.
5 minutes of a video, and now this.
And I know you loved it. I saw you popping in the back. I saw you quoting again from the stage. Mr. Van Zandt.
You're wearing him out.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Robert Wall, I know that you're hanging on every word. I know you are. So being a front man is complex. Singing is the easy part. But every singer is a storyteller. So guys and gals, we're going to kick things off with Madusa, who will make a case for Robert Plant as the greatest rock and roll front man of all time. When she is done, Robert will make a case for Freddie Mercury as the greatest rock and roll front man of all time. Madusa, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
In the 3, in the 2, in the...
Okay, so Robert Plant, it's power, passion, and emotion. And with that thunderous voice, when he sang Immigrant Song, the sexual swagger when he sang Trampled Underfoot, and the smoky blues, Since I've Been Loving You. So Robert maintains his credibility throughout until to this day, because he absolutely, his credibility goes with collaborating with Buddy Miller, Alison Krauss, and Patty Griffin. However, to add with that, he is sexy as hell, and he would definitely be a guy, and he is my favorite. The band, when I was a kid, I told all the neighbors and all of my girlfriends that my middle name was Kashmir because I loved Robert Plant. Now, I don't know about Freddie Mercury. He is absolutely talented, and he has such a range of things that he has done. But there's one thing about Plant that I don't think Freddie Mercury was equivalent to. And that is that I believe that he had an award in 2012 at the Kennedy Center, which was given to him by Barack Obama. And he's sexy in those jeans, those tight jeans that laced up in front, and it just made all the girls go, ooh. I just can't help it.
Guys and gals. Yeah, Robert Plant, absolutely. Look, I remember when Robert and I were talking on the phone, we were talking about Robert Plant and all the great frontmen as well. Absolutely, Madusa.
That was terrific. By the way, first, there's no wrong answer here. I put together a list here. These are the people. Listen to the people. You think about frontmans. Now, I have to define for what a front person to me is. In other words, for example, Bruce Springsteen's not a front person. It's Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Yes.
It's Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band. So that's Diana Ross is part of a singing group. It's not really a band, I suppose. So, for my definition. So, I mean, think of these great people we have. I mean, now originally we had two other guests on. They had already taken Jim Morrison and Mick Jagger.
Yes.
So I was thinking, who else? So, but listen to the names. We talk about the beauty of this thing. Okay, these are people who didn't even make my first cut. David Lee Roth.
Oh, I was going to say. I thought David was great.
Eddie Vedder, Kurt Cobain, John Sebastian, Eric Burden, John Fogerty from Creedence, Michael McDonald, Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull, Steve Perry, Steve Tyler. I had Plant down there. Roger Daltrey, Hart, Sting, Bono, right? And the one who, I thought about this one. And I can make an argument. If you just want to talk about performance live or a performer, who was ever better than Sly of Sly and the Family Stone?
Oh, top notch, definitely top notch. You forgot Axl Rose. Axl Rose, again, during his time as well, was another great frontman, but the list goes on and on.
I got to tell you, my friend went to see Axl Rose the other day at a concert. He said he's got zero voice left. Nothing.
Zero voice left.
He has to talk the lyrics now.
Wait a minute. I just saw Axl Rose. He was fantastic.
Yeah,
and he was even on time. He was on time.
Yeah.
Maybe he was sick. Maybe he was sick. He was just telling me he was backstage and he said, "Yeah, I see this." He was like, I don't know.
But you did, Robert. You did bring up a plethora of great names. My question to you is before you delve into Freddie Mercury, and of course you let us know why during your actual presentation. But you did go with Freddie Mercury from Queen. I can't wait to hear the points you make as it pertains to Freddie Mercury being the best frontman of all time. So if you are ready, good sir, in a 3, in a 2, in a...
Well, I just think, that voice cuts through. Number one, you have to have the voice. Robert Plant's got the voice. All these guys, Daltrey, Jagger, they have to have the voice. And Freddie Mercury is, when I think, it depends. Like I said, there's no wrong answer here. Freddie Mercury's performance-wise, as far as sex, boy, he had a much bigger pool to choose from, didn't he? As far as I know, as far as we know, it seems to me that he's got a much larger base. And the songs are timeless. To young generation, like I said, now here's what I will say. To a younger generation, the millennials would say, there might be hardcore Led Zeppelin fans, but they all know Queen. They all knew Bohemian Rhapsody. They all know We Are the Champions. They'll know, no doubt they'll know Stairway to Heaven, but they won't, please.
But can they make love to the music with We Are Champions compared to the Immigrant Song?
Again, he's got a much wider base.
Okay.
I'll tell you, Freddie Mercury can not only make love to, Under Pressure, perhaps, but he can also make love to the techno music that was on before the show. We didn't read his soundtrack of Cruising because he might have been there. But by the way, let me add something else before you like this part. We haven't even talked about women. We haven't talked about women front person because I thought that. And how about this? I want to get your personal takes on these.
Okay.
Here are the ones I came up with off the top of my head. Gwen Stefani, Natalie Merchant for a short, right? Susanna Hoffs, from the Bangles. Chrissy Hind.
Chrissy Hines.
Annie Lennox.
Yeah.
Deborah Harry.
Mm-hmm.
Grace Slick.
Oh, even a double.
Janis Joplin.
There was, yes.
Yeah, those are, you think about those front people, it's like, wow, we were fortunate. We've been fortunate.
Very, very. Well, the 80s were amazing. My 80s.
They still are. They still are.
Yes, they're still, yeah.
In all seriousness, we still celebrate the 80s here 20, 30, 40 years later because the 80s, again, gave us such a sound when it comes
to... You finally got the number right, 2030. We celebrate the 80s,
2030. Very good. So, Robert, let me ask you a question.
To me, hold on. I've got to say something in a second. Robert, to me, the 80s feel like 20 minutes ago. So the number 20 was correct. It feels like 20 years ago. It feels like 10 years ago. It feels like 5, and sometimes it feels like 50, depending on what I'm talking about as it pertains to the 80s. Politics feels like 100 years ago.
I was the queen of Aquanet.
Rock exists right now. I literally, before the show, played Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet, guys and gals, Poison, all these great albums. It was so hard to narrow this down. Robert did. Madusa did as well. Now we're going to bring in our judges. Now they're going to vote to see who won topic number 1. And our judges will also be in the comment section, guys and gals. You will be voting as well. So let's bring in our first judge in the back. Kara, let us know who you vote for in this particular round and why.
Hi.
Hi, Kara. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet both of y'all. So both of you had really great points. But I have to say that my vote goes to Mr. Robert. I feel like he gave more of a in-depth definition as far as what a front man was, and he was very passionate about it. And I can't say that I disagree as far as the millennials, as far as what we know. Because, I am kind of slightly bit of a fan of Freddie, so...
Kara, thank you for voting. Okay, so we will tally that in the back. Mr. Kelly J. White, if you can please enter this virtual arena right now and let us know whose vote you are casting for and why.
Thank you. I thought her argument was great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the outcome. The end result of that. Mr. White, go ahead.
Okay. First off, I did have a question for Madusa.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, is that the belt?
You mean the infamous, the original?
Yeah.
This is the one that I dropped in the trash. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I kind of thought.
The one that I was just on, was it Hidden Treasures or Lost Treasures?
Mick's offer didn't go over very well, did it?
No, he only offered me $5,000. I'm like, no.
You do realize that Kelly can't vote for you at this juncture. It can't happen. after all of that, it can't happen.
Come on. So okay, let's get down to the fact of the best frontman: Robert Plant versus Freddie Mercury. Me personally, I'm a Freddie Mercury guy all over the board, but that's not what this is about. This is how well you argued your point. And so the why, Madusa, I thought you had your ducks in a row. I thought it was short, sweet, to the point, kind of like your matches used to be. Robert, I think you did.
Wow, wait a minute, Kelly.
Hey,
really?
You were over.
Oh, you know what? You know what? My matches were short because it was the sign of the times. It was the era. However, we had longer matches back then than the women did today. So I'll take that as a compliment.
And please watch some of her footage in Japan, my friend. Great footage in Japan as well. Go ahead, Mr. White.
Robert, I think you offered a wide spectrum of defining a front man, but I didn't feel like you had argued for Freddie Mercury. So my vote does go to Madusa.
Good. No, absolutely. And you're a wrestling fan. Surprise.
Any more wrestling
Surprise. But yeah, I got something to say, though. But I'll wait till all of the... Are the judges done yet?
We have one more judge. Guys and gals, but please say what you have to say now, Madusa, please.
Oh no! It might. No, because it might help Robert.
Okay, it's not. I was going to say it's not about the mohawk. I like that. I like.
No, I want to see. I want to see what's underneath Robert's hat.
Oh.
Here.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Still the same. I just said still the same. Okay.
Of course, my favorite individual here was a judge. Go ahead, Robert, please.
By the way, when you're on the show that week, now I have to tell you, when we had the wrestlers on, I learned more. You talk about learning stuff. I learned of an appreciation. You know what struck me the most thing when I remember asking. I forgot one of who was there. I asked one of the being a novice. I said, when you take a folding chair, and you bash it over somebody's head, how do you do that? Like there's a trick. And he goes, you take the chair and you bash it over the guy's head. And it hit me. I go, yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, but you know what surprised me the most? I loved the week. I mean, I learned so much. I was shocked to find out that none of the wrestlers had health insurance. And I remember the answer. When I asked, I guess it's McMahon. I guess he was. I forgot to think of it. And his answer was like, "Oh, these people don't have health insurance. Look at come on, And he said, they make a lot of money."
Well, allegedly, the men did back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the answer, really?
Yeah,
really?
That was the answer because it compensated. Though a lot of them were
independent contractors. They were all independent.
They were both They were all of us were IC contractors. However, a lot of them afterward they got smart and then they aligned themselves with Lloyd's of London, and then things changed from there. Yes,
but they had to pay for it themselves.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. It was, big money, but it was worth it because then a lot.
I didn't get any insurance, Robert, at all for watching the Knicks for 27 years of my life. I should have. I'm still suffering.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You weren't making money for them. She was.
Yes, I was. I was making money for them. I was buying tickets. I was buying tickets.
Sure.
So I was helping Mr. Dolan.
Then you were reselling them. You were reselling them and then making money off of that. You were.
I looked like a guy that would resell. I never resold anything. I stopped watching them though. I did something better. I stopped tuning in and watching the Knicks. Guys and gals, we have another judge, Mr. Eric Heron, who's going to vote and let us know who he votes for in this particular round and why. Good sir.
Well, hey, Madusa, how you doing? Hello, Mr. Wall. Welcome to the green room and welcome back, sir. How y'all doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Right on.
Hey, I love that hat, Robert. Love that hat. Now, let's talk about this for a second. You've got Robert Plant. You've got Freddie Mercury, two of literally the hashtag greatest frontmen of all time. Who's better? Who's better?
Who made the better argument, Mr. Heron?
That's what I'm going for. This argument is short, sweet, to the point, because I do think Mr. Wall gave a little bit more in depth about what a frontman was. And he's right. You do have your hardcore fans these days that do know what Zeppelin is and what Zeppelin was about. But I think everybody and their brother, even today, knows who Queen is. My vote's got to go for Mr. Wall. 3 points, sir.
3 points for Mr. Heron. Guys, I'll give you a quick tally. It is 6-3 in favor of Robert for now. Now, Robert, we turn it over.
Now comes the online vote.
Yes, great transition. Guys, amazing transition from Mr. Robert Wall. Mindy Red says, Eric, please tally this as you do, my friend. I appreciate it. Mindy says, I vote for Robert. Okay, 1 point for Robert, guys and gals. Sean, you cannot vote for Freddie, although I know who you mean. Do I have to be technical about it? Do I have to be technical about it? Should I? Here we go, Robert. You cleared it up. Robert gets another vote. Sure.
Thank you.
Her channel comes in.
All right. More votes coming down the pike right now here live. Diggy Damon says, I would love to see some long form with Madusa to Mr. Wall. Okay. Talk to us about that, and definitely happen. It is fun already in here. Absolutely, guys and gals. It is fun. And we do this live. 150 straight episodes, guys, of booking as amazing talent, luminaries from all walks of life. We'd love to have conversations with these great individuals. Some who I've worked for and written for are also going to be in this tournament, guys. Some you have not seen, so stay tuned. More votes. Let's see who is voting for either Madusa or Robert. Let's see. Dakota Benson says, I love Madusa, but Freddie can't be beat. Robert gets my vote. Another point from Dakota Benson to Robert. Johnny McKinney concurs, and he also votes Robert. Rail Stalker Adventures votes for Madusa. So one more vote for Madusa.
Here comes the overnight mail-in ballots. You watch.
Phil.
Wait a minute.
Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. Now, I told all you guys to mail them in, so.
There you go. Madusa gave a more detailed explanation. I got to say this, though. Today, I was proud of myself. It was the first time I went to the PO and was the first person in line. Every time I try to be the first person in line in the post office, there's a bevy of people that bum rush me like there's something at the Truman Show. Like they know I want to be the first in line. Today, I was for the first time in my life. Wanted to share that.
Aw, you had to stand in line with everybody else.
Yeah. Robert, to be honest, you can sleep better at night knowing that information, right? You feel better knowing that?
Oh, I feel real better. Even though you'll be texting me in the morning, leaving me a voicemail about motivational tactics.
Which you love. Which you love. I leave it because you love it. That's why.
Where do you live, Madusa? What part of the country?
I live in Florida, north of Tampa, on a beautiful farm right on the Gulf. Like,
one more for Madusa.
So way from the city.
One more for Madusa. Some more votes, guys and gals. Remember, 13,000, a trip for 2 degrees on the line over here. This is what it's all about, and we thank the studio that has always been in
I ride my Harley.
Who wants to make sure that when they watch these debate matches, they get the best of the best, and here they are. Madusa and Robert epitomize that. Let's keep going. Well, WWE Rabbit says Madusa gets my vote. Okay. More votes. Let's see. Jeff Reederer says he votes for Madusa. Another vote. Alexander says he votes for Robert on this one. Okay. I see that. Pete Sharpie says putting Avi in his place. I don't know about that. We're having a lot of fun, Pete. I believe Freddie takes this one. Robert had a better debate. Somebody puts me in my place. It can be Robert. Why not? Julie Hall, 2 incredible talents. Madusa was great, but voting for Robert. Another vote for Robert. Gus Anselmo does not vote. Has a good comment, but I don't see your vote. Joe says Robert has my vote. Karen concurs and says Robert has my vote. Karen Price, guys and gals. Christy says she votes for Madusa. Okay. And Randy concurs as well with Madusa. And yet another vote for Madusa from Mortis. 1 vote for Madusa. Okay. I think we're done with round 1. Let me see if I missed anyone. John Red. I can't get everyone, guys and gals. 53 pages, 7-figure views on average. It's hard to get everyone. But John Red, I am going to vote for Madusa in this first round. Okay. So this is tight right now, guys. I will read you. Remember, it's cumulative after 3 topics. So let's see where we are now. Julie says she votes for Madusa. Okay. Christy says, voting. You can't vote for Madusa twice. Already started voting once. What are you trying to do here? Lester Cook says, the fix is in. The fix is in.
They mailed in several ballots.
Lester Cook votes for Robert. Okay. Phil says Harley's rule. Yes, they do. All right, guys. Let's see. Let's see what we got now.
Is that a vote?
Carly's
It should be. It should be a vote. It should be a vote. We should
That's a
count it.
vote.
That's a vote.
That person vote already once?
You know what, Robert?
I'm counting votes
It doesn't
once.
matter. It doesn't matter who wins here. You can ride on the back of my pink Hardy. You can be bitch on my bike.
Whoa. Whoa. Guys and gals and pals. Like to be a fly on the wall there. Right now, let's give us a final tally of what we have after round number 1. It is tight. It is close, guys and gals. Right now, Robert is in the lead 15-13. We're going to start topic number 2. Let me give you the rundown, if Robert is okay with it. The most versatile film directors of all time. And as a film director, guys and gals, I can tell you the most common way to kick off a career is by choosing a couple of specific genres and sticking to them. However, some filmmakers have challenged themselves over time by embracing a wide array of films, different categories, often mastering every one of them, and proving to themselves to be incredibly versatile. Some directors find their niche and never leave it, but it's even more impressive when filmmakers attack a more diverse filmography that illustrates just how accomplished they are. So with that, Robert now will go first. He will make a case, I hope for one of them, William Wyler or Michael Curtis as the most versatile film director of all time. When Robert is done, Madusa will make a case for Nick Cassavetes as the most versatile film director of all time. Robert, are you ready?
Oh, okay. First of all, with apologies to obviously Steven Spielberg, Rob Reiner too. You know, Rob Reiner my buddy came out of the gates. You know, his first movies were nobody came out of the gates more than this. His first, it was This Is Spinal Tap is his first movie. Then he does The Sure Thing with John Cusack. Then he does one of the great Stand By Me. Stand By Me, it was a great movie. Then he does A Few Good Men, When Harry Met Sally, The American President. Misery. So Rob, those are different movies too.
Very good. Yes. Yeah.
And Ron Howard is another one who's had been.
Oh my gosh! Right. Steven Spielberg, all of them.
Yeah. And of course, Steven is. Steven Spielberg. But and now I'm older, so I'm gonna. And I'm afraid I'm gonna date myself, so I'll lose this round by a lot. But being a film guy, in the business and being. I grew up watching, and I do watch black and white movies, which nobody, it's interesting because, it's things that now when I talk to my friends, the millennials, my goddaughter, it's like, if it happened before they were born, it doesn't count. It's like, what? Art doesn't count? So here, there's a couple of guys. The first of them, Ron Howard is his friend, and we talked about versatility. It means somebody could do different types of movies and pull them off, because like Hitchcock basically made Hitchcock movies.
Yes,
one type. What he made, Tarantino for his greatest makes Tarantino movies.
Yes,
but if you saw guys like Billy Wilder, who did everything from Some Like It Hot to Sunset Boulevard to Stalag 17 to Witness for the Prosecution to The Apartment to Double Indemnity.
Good Lord,
all over. But the old guys, the old guys had a bigger advantage because it was a job, and he did 3-4 movies a year. So the two guys I talk about are William Wyler, who I'm afraid most of the audience won't know, but he was the very first recipient of the AFI Life Achievement Award. He was, I think he won like 5 Oscars, this guy. He was before. Yes. William Wyler's movies are, where's my list here? Okay, listen to this list. Now, he goes everywhere from just starting in the 30s. So he does everything from The Best Years of Our Lives, Funny Girl with Streisand, Roman Holiday with Audrey Hepburn, The Big Country, one of my favorite westerns, Ben-Hur, Friendly Persuasion, Mrs. Miniver, Jezebel, Dodsworth, and The Westerner, which brought Gary Cooper. That's westerns everywhere else. Okay, that's romantic comedy. Michael Curtiz was another guy at that period, a little later. But listen to this range of Michael Curtiz stuff. It is everything from, how about in 1 year? Okay, listen to this one. He does The Adventures of Robin Hood with Errol Flynn, Captain Blood with Errol Flynn, The Comancheros with John Wayne, King Creole, which may be the best movie Elvis ever did when he's the boxer in New Orleans, White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Eddie Kay, We're No Angels with Humphrey Bogart, Jim Thorpe, All-American with Burt Lancaster, Young Man with a Horn, Kirk Douglas. But in 1 year, the same year, he won the Oscar for these 2 movies. Am I talking about the versatility?
That's versatility.
Yankee Doodle Dandy, same year, he did these two movies. Yankee Doodle Dandy and Casablanca.
Wow.
I'm done.
Guys and gals, Robert.
Wow. How can I? Lord have mercy. I mean, you're so knowledgeable. That's your backgrounding. That's impressive. Impressive. I can't even touch that, but I can tell you.
White flag or no? Yes.
What? Shush.
Waving
what?
the white flag. I'm asking.
Who, me?
Waving the white flag. Yeah.
Oh, I get it.
You said you can't top it. No, I'm asking. Are you waving the white flag?
Oh, hell no.
No, you're not. Okay.
I would never. No. I would never throw in the towel. I'm sorry.
Has anybody on the show ever waved the white flag?
No.
Okay.
No one has waved the white flag, guys, because it's all about the pride and the prize. But I am going to kick it over to Madusa right now, guys and gals, who's going to make a case for Nick Cassavetes as the most versatile film director of all time in 3, 2.
All right. So Nick Cassavetes is, I've been a big fan of his. I don't know a lot, but I know enough for me to always want to watch his films. And my favorite film of all time, whenever it comes on the television, whatever, he did Notebook. I mean, from Notebook to Face Off to The Astronaut. In fact, how can you, I mean, to me, that's very versatile, and I think I believe he was, had something to do with, didn't he direct Entourage? I'm pretty sure. So, yes. And so this was really,
I would say, by the way, you'll get a kick out of this. Entourage, Mark Wahlberg came up to me and goes, it was directly because of Arliss. He said it was
what?
He said, Mark Wahlberg said Entourage came directly out of Arliss.
No way.
Yeah, he said, we watched Arliss and said, let's do a show about, because we watched you.
So that's a knockoff off of Arliss?
No, I mean, not a knockoff. It was an influence. That's okay.
Inspired.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I call back my 3 minutes. Just kidding. Oh my God!
One point off.
You have up until 10 minutes. You can have as many as 10 minutes. Medusa, as many as 10.
Oh well, good. I got a lot of hot air. So okay. So this was very difficult for me because two of my favorite movies, and I'm glad you said black and white, but this is my all-time favorite, and is All About Eve. All About Eve. Are you kidding? Oh my God, I got you. So All About Eve is one of I watch that whenever I can. I bought everything I could about All About Eve, and I memorized that whole speech. That speech, it reminded me about everything. So anyway, it was very hard for me from All About Eve to Cassavetes to Stanley Kubrick. So I chose Nick, and because of all of his versatility in those movies, and Notebook really sold me on that because it was a movie that was so well directed that didn't have any TNA, anything blowing up. There wasn't any, it was just a well written movie, and I think he deserves so much.
By the way, you should know this week it was announced that they're doing a Broadway musical of The Notebook.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you. So okay. Let's go, Robert.
Little story for you. So, Viper Room, Nick Cassavetes had an argument with someone. I was right there with my literary agent who said, I thought your dad, and he said this, and he was wrong for saying this. He said, I thought your dad was a hack director. I was there 5 feet away.
Nick said that about Robert's dad?
No. Some patron said that about Nick's father, who was also a director. John Cassavetes.
Yeah, John.
And here's what Nick said. Nick reacted to this in such a
manner.
manner.
But Nick was in the movie Face Off and Blow. That's what it was, right? He was in it as an actor. Yeah.
But in this establishment, his dad was being insulted. So he walked up to the patron, and instead of getting mad, instead of getting timid, he says, you know what? I'll never be my father. And I could tell you that I'm the only person here in Hollywood who's not trying to follow my father's footsteps, because I never can. Nobody can ever follow in their dad's footsteps. That inspired me. I thought he really took what a classy thing to say. What a classy thing to say, guys and gals.
And look what he did.
Absolutely. Guys and gals, of course, this was our second topic, most versatile directors. Now we'll bring in our judges who will let us know who they think won and made the better argument for most versatile directors. Let's bring in Kara. Let us know
Robert,
who you
made my night.
Hey. Okay,
hello,
so both of y'all are very passionate when you're on screen. So actually, this time it was really hard for me to choose. That's what I was just telling my husband. Like, I don't know what to do because both of y'all made really good points.
Well, you can rejoice, Kara, on one page alone, 1,000 comments already on one page alone, guys and gals. Thank you again for being the engine. Kara, you were watching in the back. Go ahead.
I think with this one, I'm actually going to have to go with Madusa. I agree with her as far as the versatility with the Notebook versus Blow. I mean, those are on two separate ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
Look at the reaction.
I'm sorry. I didn't
What
want
a beat. What a beat.
You're going to have to go. Hey, easy.
All right. So Kara votes for Madusa. That is
Thank you, Kara.
Of course, guys, we'll bring in Mr. Kelly J. White. Having a lot of fun here, guys and gals. Amazing chemistry between Madusa and Robert Wuhl. If you can't see that,
I'm still at the Broadway with Notebook.
That's okay. That's fine, guys and gals. Let's bring in Kelly G. White to see who he votes for. Although, I don't know, Kelly, who are you voting for? Let us know.
Well, thank you for asking, Avi. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
This one was tougher
Sure.
for me because, unfortunately, I like a lot of different movies, but I don't delve in. I mean, I'd be hard-pressed to name like 5 directors. So with that said, wow.
Well, that's good. That's good because if you're not a fan of films, who do you think made a better argument? Who would you rather watch movies of based on Robert's analysis and Medusa's analysis?
Yeah, on that, I think, Madusa, I think Robert just out-knowledged you on this one. He was very deft,
very
to the point, accurate. You could just tell he dug from a well that's very deep for him. So I've got to give him my 3 points on this one.
3 points from Kelly J. White, a very intelligent man as well. Thank you, Kelly, and thank you for your service, Mr. White. Thank you for your service, and thank you for Mr. Eric Heron's service as well. Mr. Heron, who do you vote for and why?
Thank you, you two. Yeah, thank you, you two.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for that. When you talk about versatile directors, I mean, these two are definitely at the top of your game here. And I have to, as much as I hate to agree with Mr. White, I do think Rob Reiner's catalog is much more diverse and much more versatile when you're talking about The Princess Bride to A Few Good Men.
You're right.
You're talking about Princess Bride to A Few Good Men.
7 films right off the bat that were hits.
Exactly. When Harry Met Sally. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So, once again, Mr. Wuhl, congratulations. Great argument. 3 points to you. And Miss Michelli, I mean, those are awesome arguments in and of itself. I mean, I've never seen The Notebook, but I might now. You never know. You never know.
Oh, you'll fall in love all over again.
You're not watching The Notebook. Stop lying. Karen voting for Mr. Robert Wuhl. Thank you so much. We turn it over now to the viewers. And let me remind you guys, only one time will this happen after round 1. Let me make this quick announcement. Guys and gals, a little station identification as well. In case you want to see the scrolling banner, here it is, guys and gals. Our 150th consecutive episode. If you go to www.thenewnetwork.com, all you got to do is go to www.theknawk.com. Who knew? We knew, and so do you. That is 60 plus shows featuring luminaries who have shows alongside yours truly once a month, regularly. Hall of Famers, legends, champions, Oscar winners, all across the board. It's not just about the name or their key. It's not just about the name or the fame. It's about their game. It's about what they stand for. They have a lot of different topics we delve into. That is on thenewnetwork.com with a K. Who knew? We knew, and so do you. So with that, guys and gals, we're going to go to you right now, the engine that makes this entire thing go on this show. So with that, let's turn it over. And remember, after round number 1, there'll be only a stipulation that'll be available after round number 1. Some competitors that have been eliminated will get a chance to come back and enter the field. That will only happen, that lifeline, so to speak, will only happen after round number 1. So who knows? All right, let's see. Let's bring in our voters now. Johnny says Madusa. He votes for Madusa. 1 vote for Madusa. Okay. Phil says my vote is for Madusa. She gave specific examples of her subject. Robert spoke of many other directors. Phil. Okay. We have more comments here and votes. This is such a barn burner. Yeah, thank you. And you guys can watch us. Watch us every Saturday night, guys and gals, to watch more.
Barn burners had a vote.
No, that's not a vote. Not a vote, but it is a barn burner. He's right about that. Okay, more votes, guys. We need votes. Let's see. I love your comments. Don't get me wrong, but let's get some votes. WW Right Rabbit says, me and Joe love the Notebook, so my vocal edges to Madusa. Okay, another vote for Madusa. Oh. All right, I know. I'm trying to not look at the reactions right now. Let's see.
Casablanca and Yankee Doodle Dandy in the same year. Casablanca and Yankee Doodle Dandy in the same year. Versatile.
Oh, it's getting heated. I love it.
Notebook to the blow. Whoa.
Casablanca, Yankee Doodle Band.
Notebook to the blow.
Notebook's not with those two movies.
Hey,
to the
whoa.
moon, Alice.
Hey, hold on a second. The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura, all in 1 year from Jim Carrey, 94. All in one calendar year. Come on, that's amazing. I will go with Robert. I'm just trying to break it up here. Jared says I will go with Robert. Okay, very good. That was incredible that Jim Carrey did that all in 1 year, by the way. One calendar year. Amazing stuff. Karen says, Robert gave me so many examples after one after another. In quick succession, I vote for Robert. Thank you very much, Karen. Joey Bag of Donuts. Okay, I vote for Madusa because as many as Rob had were different. The styles of cinematography changed for each film as well as subject matter. Joey Bag of Donuts, thank you so much for your intelligent comments and votes. You guys are all very smart. We appreciate you. Karen says, voting for Madusa this time. Ben Dowdy is simply shouting, Reiner! With an exclamation point. Thank you so much. Okay, another vote. Let's see if we have more. Julie Hall says, crazy wild debate. Love old movies. Very difficult choice, but Robert won by a thread. Julie Hall votes for Robert. Always on the up and up with our voters. We love that. Rail Stalker Adventures. My pick is for my friend Madusa.
Yeah, well,
friend.
Okay.
Everyone calls me their friend. I don't even know them. You know how.
I vote for the Oscars for my friends.
Lollipop Gomez says Madusa times 1,000. I will count that as one vote, much to Lollipop Gomez's chagrin. That is one vote, not 1,000. But thank you so much for offering.
I'll take 1,000.
Shooting for the stars. We appreciate that. Madusa all the way. Madusa gets a vote, and Julie Cabanis concurs. Madusa gets a vote as well. Lester Cook says Robert gets my vote. So 2 for Madusa and 1 more for Robert. We have another one from Bubba Brewer. I vote for Madusa. She kept it to that one director I will never see Notebook. Robert gave me a history lesson. Interesting comments there from Bubba Brewer. Thank you, Bubba. We appreciate that. Okay, let's see. Dakota said Madusa gets my vote this round. Beautiful response from beautiful women. Dakota Benson. Flattery, guys and gals. Flattery. Let's see. Kimberly says Madusa. She votes for Madusa. Okay, so another vote for Madusa. Gus says, I have to say I vote Madusa, but Robert did an incredible job too. From Gus. Okay. From Digi Damon and Wall, Robert Wall. I'm voting for Robert, says John Dalen. Okay.
Whoa.
Jared Cunningham also votes for Robert Wall. Jared, nice to see you. High school brother. Karen says, Robert gave me so many examples, one after another in quick succession. I vote for Robert. Jared, I hope your post-surgery op is going well.
She already voted.
She did vote?
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember. Yes. She already voted.
Okay, so we will take care of that. Guys, I'm going to count down. I think that's all the votes. If I've missed any, let me know. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, guys and gals, so right now, here's where we stand after 2 rounds. Last votes are in. If you're voting right now, too late. It's too late. This is interesting. Madusa's up 29-27. This is close, and we have one last topic, 29-27. Jeff Reeder just put in Robert, but after the buzzer, man, where were you? Where were you? Where were you, Jeff? All right, guys and gals, let's announce this third topic, and then we are out of here with this topic. And remember, we're not done with the green room, guys. Much more to come. A great preview, recap of some great stuff. So stick around right after this match because we are not done. Robert and Madusa will be, guys and gals, and we'll thank them. In all seriousness, all joking aside, we're having a lot of fun, but these are 2 really special human beings that are great, and I can't wait to see who wins this match. Either way, they're both winners. I know how that sounds, but it's true. Third topic, guys and gals, critical thought. I will not give you a long monologue, but I will mention this. Philosophical questions are an effective tool to stimulate and develop critical thought. I bring that up in the workshop I've been teaching for years, all the time. To examine profound matters like free will and human nature, the source of value and happiness, ethics, love, logic, knowledge, and the meaning of life is essential. We're preparing our children to enter a society full of questions and questionable ideas. Consequently, it is our responsibility to train them to think critically and, above all, seek truth when asking the deep questions that arise in their own hearts. That being said, Madusa will kick things off and give us the thoughts on the following. Is logic a created concept? When Madusa is finished, Robert will let us know if there's such a thing as perfection. Madusa, are you ready to go?
I think so. Is logic a creative concept?
A created concept, yes. Yeah.
I guess, I mean, what would Mr. Spock do without logic? Really? Right? So logic. We could sit here to argue, to beg to differ, and what I say and what you think could be logically the same or different. I mean, through this whole debate, was it logic or was it a concept? Was it, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's so open. It's so vast. It's so, I mean, it's an approach to social philosophy that focuses on society and culture to attempt to reveal, critique, and challenge power structures of things. And just, yeah, I guess that's it.
Absolutely, guys and gals. Again, we try to give you guys a smorgasbord of great variety. We've had a lot of fun. There's no doubt. Mr. Robert Wuhl, perfection. Is there such a thing?
No.
I love the answer, Madusa. I love your
what?
What's your answer about logic? I just thought you were so honest about it. It was great because you talked about Spock, and I thought that was funny. And the thing about
what would Spock do?
Well, but keep in mind, Spock doesn't allow for emotion. All the logic. It's not, and that's where human beings, where the heart comes in. Spock does not. You give that, but it doesn't negate everything you said. I'm just saying.
No.
Is there such a thing as perfection?
It's overrated.
Well, yeah. For a point, the thing about perfect, yeah, you can be perfect in certain areas. For example,
it's boring.
A bowler can bowl a perfect game, right? And you can have a perfect moment. Each of us individually can say that, when I met him, her, whatever, when I was with my parents, when I was with my child, I can have that. To me was a perfect moment. So that can happen. But keep in mind, again, these are emotions, because what's perfect to you, not necessarily going to be perfect to me.
No.
Especially artistically. I'll give you an example. For me, I know friends, we talked movies earlier, and some people, I have friends that think, most guys, 2001 is a perfect movie. It bores the living shit out of me. 2001 to me is duller than dirt. I got to watch Keir Dullea for 2 hours with a machine. Okay, but to other people, it's perfect. And I get that. But perfection is totally in the eyes of who's doing it, unless, again, we're talking about a perfect game or something. But I'm reminded of a date. May 26th, 1959, Harvey Haddix of the Pittsburgh Pirates is facing the San Francisco Giants. He throws 9 innings of perfect baseball, 27 up, 27 down. However, his team hasn't scored a run, so it's still 0-0, and they go to extra innings. And he throws a perfect 10th inning, and he throws a perfect 11th inning, and he throws a perfect 12th inning. So now it's 36 up, 36 down, a perfect game and a third of another perfect game. He loses the game in the 13th inning, 1-0. Afterwards, reporters came by and said, "Was that the best game you ever pitched?" He looked the guy in the eye and said, "That's the best fucking game anyone's ever pitched."
Right.
And he lost. What is perfection?
That's perfection.
Lost in the backdrop of all this is we do this celebrity tournament, guys and gals, for a myriad of reasons. But number one is conversation. I don't do controversy. We do conversation. And bringing people together that maybe haven't seen one another for a while, in the case of Robert and Madusa, or others who've never met. And doing this opens up conversation and discussion, and also gives us a chance to talk about things that maybe perhaps aren't spoken of, because I don't want to put people in boxes on this show. Whether you're a pro wrestler, whether you're a writer, an luminary like Robert, whether you're a great talent and motivator like Madusa, so many things that we aren't defined by anything singular. We don't put people in a box. As you've seen tonight and every other Saturday night, everyone is well equipped to talk about just about any topic that they'd like. They do their research on, because we are more than what sometimes society would make us as. That's my soapbox, and I'm off it. So now the judges will render their votes and let us know who they're voting for and why, starting with Kara. Thank you very much again for judging. And Eric and Kelly, let us know who you're voting for, please, Kara.
You're such a great storyteller, Robert.
Thank you.
So you both did great again. But I really enjoyed how Mr. Robert explained perfection, and the way that he explained it was almost, to me, it came out almost like a poem, almost beautiful, because it's kind of like beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Would you say it was perfect? Was it perfect?
To me, I feel like it was perfect.
Oh, bless you.
Like
he spoke to us. Yeah, it was good.
It perfectly explained perfection.
But he wasn't perfect.
No, nobody.
I just had to say that.
I stumbled.
I'm kidding. Good Lord.
I felt like it really spoke to me.
It was great.
Like, job well done on that. Like, you explained it great.
Thank you.
Kara votes for Robert. Yes, guys and gals, of course. Man, that's incredible, Mr. Kelly G. White. Please let us know who you vote for in this last round and why.
Okay. Wow. That was one heck of a topic, guys.
Yeah.
I kind of envy you getting those. Very juicy, very juicy. I would have loved to have debated that myself. On this one, I agree with Robert that Madusa, I think you were very honest in your approach, but I think he had more of a linear thread, a beginning, a middle, and an end that actually carried through on. Is there such a thing as perfection? So, unfortunately, as much as I would love to, Madusa, I got to give these 3 points to Robert.
God, that's all right.
No bias. But yeah, Kelly White, good. Thank you for rendering your vote.
It was good, Kelly. You're right. It was good.
Again, both are incredible human beings doing this live, guys. I mean, come on, that's amazing. Thank you, Joey Bag of Donuts. I tried to brainstorm at 2 in the morning and then crash at 3 and then lather, rinse, and repeat because I want to give everyone the best I can. Hard topics without question because these are intelligent human beings. Mr. Eric Heron, you, my friend, are an intelligent human being. Let us know who you vote for and why, good sir.
And that is the first time anybody's ever said I was an intelligent human being. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. So logic versus perfection. This was a nail biter of a debate in and of itself. And, Mr. Robert Wall, hats off to you because you so eloquently elaborated. There actually is nothing as perfection. What you said, what's perfect for you may not be perfect for me. That 13 inning game, somebody wound up losing because they didn't wind up throwing a perfect game. And Madusa, right off the bat, I mean, you swung and you may not thought anything. You thought you made contact, but I think you hit it for the fence because Spock was logic as creative. He was the straight man to Kirk's foil. So yeah, logic can be a creative factor. And I think there's a point there behind that. So actually, I'm going to say Madusa Michelli gets 3 points from me, Avi.
Gets Eric's 3 points. Thank you for voting, Eric. Appreciate that. Leonard Nimoy was one heck of a poet.
I was going to go into a whole dissertation about Spock, but I thought people don't want to frickin' hear that. I'll just.
But no, I don't agree with Robert because he was fluid and so were you. I'm not voting here. Thank God I'm not voting because it's really too hard. But nobody over here, guys and gals, is stumbling and mumbling and fumbling and bumbling. They're so clear. They're so concise. I appreciate what you guys are providing us here live. So with that, we turn it over to the engine that makes this thing go. Our amazing audience. Let's see who they vote for. Gus has a manifesto here. I'm kidding, Gus. I vote Robert this round. I'm such a huge Madusa supporter, but dude, it was a perfect point for Robert. Incredible job, man. I believe it, no bias, because I respect everyone here and love Robert's around here a lot. You both did so incredible tonight. I hope to see you both again. It's so awesome having you guys here tonight. Thank you, Gus Anselmo. We appreciate you and write as much as you'd like. Thank you. Write to your heart's content. That's what you have to do when you are writing. You have to write. So we have another vote for Robert. Okay. Christy says, Robert got me this time. My vote is for Robert with a couple of heart emojis as well. All right. Also awesome.
Thank you.
Phil Donahue, I vote for Robert. So well defined. Thank you, Phil, for your votes. We appreciate that. Karen Calabretta says, Robert explained perfection by saying there is no perfection. So he expressed that it doesn't exist. My vote goes to Robert. Thank you guys and gals again for your votes. Okay, we have more. Karen Price says, I agree with you, Eric. Okay, let us know who you're voting for, Karen. I would appreciate that to make it official. And Dowdy votes for Robert. Thank you. I am not superhuman. It's as I always say, the sweat is my sweet. It's all about doing what you love, and what you love will reward you, hopefully. Perfection is something created by humans. Therefore, it's inherently flawed. Great. Who are you voting for? But we do appreciate your comment.
Why, people?
Julie votes for Robert this time. Thank you so much, Julie. We appreciate that. Okay, let's a couple more votes, and I think we are done here with this amazing debate. Lollipop says Madusa has my vote. Both great, though. Absolutely, they're both great. Sure. Lester Cook, Madusa. Okay, another vote for Madusa. Randy Pritchard said, loved Robert. Enough to vote for him? Let us know. Let's have another one here.
That's a vote.
I think that's a vote. Yeah. All right. That's a vote.
That's a vote.
Jared Cunningham says, my vote is for Robert. There are perfect games, but different ways you can get there. It's the old history teacher in me. I need it to be exact. Give us a vote. Make it official. All right. Bubba Brewer said, like I said, very hard topic and being a Pirate fan. Oh, boy, I'm sorry about that, Bubba. I knew what Robert was talking about. My vote goes to Robert. I'm kidding. Pittsburgh Pirates are fine. It's the Steelers that need help this season. All right. WWE Right Robert says, both did such an amazing job. I'm blown away by this match. This time I have to go with Robert on this one. Sorry, Madusa. Okay.
Sister. All right.
Karen Price votes for Robert. Okay. All right, guys and gals. Let's see if there's more. Julie Cabinet says, I vote for Robert. Johnny McKinney, Robert Wall. Dakota Benson, Robert
killed it.
Had an amazing response. True points, Mr. Robert. Guys and gals, I'm going to count this thing down over here right now. Mr. Will 11 votes for Madusa. I want to count all of your votes. No problem. As much as I can. Thank you. Chad says, I vote for Robert this round. He rolled out so smooth and on point, but Madusa brought up some great points as well. Yes, quality over quantity sometimes. You never know. So, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see what we have here now to wind this thing down. It's the final countdown. Yes, it is. Robert, not sure if you caught my vote. I did now, Jenny. Thank you very much. Julie Haas says Robert as well. And I did get Mr. Will. I did get your vote for Madusa already. Thank you so much. Randy says, love Robert has my vote. Okay. And Digi says, I'm a Trekkie fan, so Madusa, barn burner. Okay, Madusa. And Jeff Reeder goes with Robert as well. Thank you, Eric, in the back, for tallying everything. I appreciate that. Gina, great points by both. Going to go with Robert on this one. Judges and the viewers, all of you guys are amazing. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll read it out loud. I will ask Madusa to hang around. I'll talk to Robert momentarily. But guys, final score is 54 votes for Robert Wall. Madusa with 36. Robert Wall advances to round number 2 of the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament in a few months in the fall with some of the incredible luminaries that we have here, guys and gals. Madusa did an incredible job as well. There's no doubt. Conversations were had, and that's what really counts. Before I bid Madusa adieu, I'll put you backstage. But before I even do that, if you guys want to have a moment together, feel free, because you guys had great chemistry and still obviously do.
Thank you so much. It was great to see you, and I couldn't have been happier to be here with you. You were great. I was impressed. I would have voted for you, except for the I would have voted for the Cassavetes one, but the other two I could have voted for you.
Come on, Cassavetes great. Okay, but Robert, thank you so much. You haven't missed a beat. You're amazing. You're a great soul, and it's just so great knowing you. And thank you for this opportunity. And keep telling the stories like you do, and keep doing what you do.
I want to put Madusa backstage for one moment. I want to have a conversation with her really quickly. Robert, man, thank you for joining us again. You did great. You're a humble human being, and I love our conversations as well from the heart.
I have to say, after watching the perfection thing, I really left out something, and I don't know if it should have been the fact that I think that you really have tough to say what is perfection. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't always strive for it. I mean, you may not reach it, for whatever it is, but you sure can work 150% to strive for it. You're not going to reach it. You're not going to reach it, and that's okay. That is okay. Remember, in the first line of the Declaration, in order to form a more perfect union, so
perfection equals complacency, and I'm glad that it's not improbable. It's impossible.
Perfection is also organic. And it's a living thing.
It is. And not meant for us as people, but man, a perfect conversation, because that's what it was tonight. Thank you, my friend. I will be in touch very soon. And you moved on to round number 2. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Class personified Robert Wall, guys and gals. Class personified. From one to another. Let me bring in Madusa over here. Madusa, you were thanking Robert Wall for this opportunity. I put this thing together. Me.
I know you did. You're such a swerve. Robert was so smooth. You're such a swerve.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? Explain.
Pro wrestling. There's a swerve to you with everything. But you're very smooth on the mic. By the way, you give good mic. Anyway, you give good mic.
I want you to know something. I'm one of the most honest, direct people in this world. You will never get anything but honesty out of me. I do like showmanship when we're on air. I'm the quietest person in the world behind the scenes. But I was so flabbergasted when you popped in like this bundle of energy but also backed up with intellect as well. I like that you used quality over quantity. Like, you didn't have to be long-winded and go 10 minutes. You made your points, you hammered them, you were passionate about them, and it spoke to our audience.
I've learned in debates and politics that we don't like to talk about, though. Sometimes short is sweet. You know what I'm saying? You get to the point, you say what you have to do, and say what you mean. But when it comes to pro wrestling and you cut a promo, sometimes you can be a little long-winded, and there's a storyline from a beginning, a high spot, and an end in a promo. So, but with being up against Robert Wuhl, I was starstruck. He's amazing, talented, and he, hands down, he should have, a director, oh yeah, he had it hands down. But I think our conversation right there, for the love of black and white, like all about Eve. And then he had me when he told me about Notebook. The whole thing was so good. The dynamic was
good
impressive.
Presentation from both. Look at here. Amazing job, Madusa. Absolute legend. Yes. You know, the thing, guys, part of this network is we don't just, again, go for resumes. We go for people and what they stand for. And you stand for a lot. Like, for me to say, after a week of conversing with you, that you already become a friend. That's from the heart. That's not shtick. We don't do I'm not doing shtick now. Like, let my hair down officially, which is what I like to do in the second half of the show. This is not shtick. If I can get this thing out of here, it's from the heart, man. You are just so positive about what you do, and you are tireless with your efforts. You've got an incredible podcast. Please talk about it. Please.
Oh, thank you. Well, 20 years of pro wrestling, and I'm still involved doing things with WWE as a Hall of Famer and on the, working with the legend stuff. And then I drove monster trucks for 20 years. So, and, just 40 years of entertainment and beating my body up, slowly transitioning into other things. And I'm married to an amazing man, a command sergeant major, retired after 31 years of the Army.
Please thank him for his service for me. Please.
Oh, I will. But he is my logic. I should have used this. Like, he is my logic. He is my reasoning. He is what makes it perfect when it isn't perfect.
Wow.
Right?
Do I come close to that, or am I close?
You're a close friend. Yes.
When it comes to
perfection.
What? Perfection.
Perfection.
I'm staying on brand.
You're good at voicemails. You should. You should have like your own little things where people can plug in and listen to a morning motivational. Because
Mom and Dad, I made it. I was told I'm good at voicemails. Yes, I shot for something so high.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying. People will pay for that crap. So, yeah, they will. They will.
But you do. No, in all honesty, though, when I listen to your podcast, again, doing some research, I like how you just have everyone relaxed. Everyone has a good time. You're the last person in the world that's judgmental. You really kind of have conversations that you relate to everybody.
You gotta have. Well, I have been around the world. I have experienced a lot. From A to Z, and from every tone from life to, I've been in it all, and I've seen it all, and probably almost done it all. But so my transitioning into the podcast, 5-Minute Mondays, Paving the Way, Trash Talk, actually. And so that's on YouTube. And then I just got done writing my biography, which is,
oh, yes.
Here.
Yes. I want to give you a solo layout so people could see that, if you could put it up here, guys and gals.
Oh.
Right here.
The Woman Who Would Be King. And the foreword is by Paul Heyman. So a very, very dear friend of mine, Paul Heyman, and he is just incredible. And it just came out about 3 months ago. So that's doing pretty good. And I'm very happy. And there's a lot of stories that I'll take to my grave.
Thank you guys for the compliments. And thank you for a compliment.
Avi is great. He's very talented. I learned so much about you. Like, I cannot believe this guy has this resume behind him. Wow.
No,
there's so much to you.
Takes a village. You know how it is. We got a lot of great people around us. Gus, thank you. I've been dealing with complacency lately. I broke free tonight. Monday's a new beginning. Avi's been a motivator. Listen, don't. I'm not your motivator. I am an ear to listen to. But guys and gals, again, thank you for joining us. Madusa, we're going to be doing a lot of work together. There is a stipulation in a loophole. Maybe you'll be back in round number 2. But either way, we're going to talk very soon, because this is a network that
I'll be ready if I've ever come around again. Trust me. I'm just going to let it go.
Well, what if you come back to round 2? The only
how
time
can I come back to round 2? I got eliminated.
There's like a last resort bowl where we take some of the people who've been eliminated. They get a chance to get one.
Oh, that's what I want. I want to be the last resort.
No, but you get to come back. You get to come back. No, we're not offering anyone else. Now, what if you do face some of I'm bringing some names, some wrestling contemporaries here from pro wrestling. We got JBL in round 2. Mark Henry's in round
JBL 2. Is my Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay,
Him and he's always had a crush on me, so he'll absolutely fumble. He'll fumble.
Is this the part where I say on air I did too? But guys and gals, it's easy to have a crush on Madusa for the human being that she is as well. As beautiful as you are, externally, internally, you're also something special. Thank you again. Fast Friendship. You did great tonight as well.
Thank you.
Guys, please
Thanks
check out the book.
everybody.
Yes.
Thanks to your whole crew and your judges and everybody are amazing. Yeah, they're honest.
They're honest. Yeah. And so are you guys. Check out the podcast as well of Madusa's. We're not done just yet. Check out the book. I will be talking to you soon, my friend, again. And thank you for joining us tonight in the green room.
Thank you for having me, everybody. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Madusa, guys and gals. What a segment that was. Incredible. Hang around, guys and gals, because we are not done. There's more show to go. And man, I cannot tell you how delighted I am right now about what we've seen, because who would have guessed, right? The chemistry, the camaraderie. You never know with these things. We're not done, guys. Thank you. Jared, take a look at this video, because I want to show all of you who are watching some of the matchups we've had. In about 3-4 minutes, we're going to cut this thing up here, as we already did. This is going to give you an idea of what's happened in the last couple of weeks on the green room in the TKN Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament. As I welcome a talented, one-of-a-kind human being, last name Allen, first name Terry. Welcome, my friend, to the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament.
Man, it is so great to be here. How could you not be motivated and on top of the world after an introduction like that?
I think of the world many, so please put your hands together for a humble, down-to-earth, kind human being. Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend, to the Celebrity Tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun, and anytime there's a challenge, I'm here.
Guys and gals, Terry Allen, formerly known as Magnum TA, will start things off by making a case for Franklin Delano Roosevelt's 1933. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. When Terry is finished, Lenny will make a case for Martin Luther King's 1963 I Have a Dream speech as the most impactful speech of all time.
Nothing to fear but fear itself was to lessen those fears of a bigger government, realizing that sometimes we have to step out in faith and look fear in the eye.
I had the opportunity to meet Dr. King and seeing how humble he was. He got a little glimpse of the future and he knew what it held, but he wanted still help us challenge each other, help us hear each other, help us to make our future bright. We should be able to show the world how good we are.
Lessons. Mr. Wilkins will make a case for Shane as the most inspiring film of all time, and once Mr. Wilkins is finished, Mr. Allen will make a case for 1998's Saving Private Ryan as the most inspirational film of all time.
Shane, come back, but he does. But he showed character, he showed honesty, he showed that how we should live our lives.
That everyone could get emotionally invested in, see themselves in it, feel the struggles that were going on, and find heart in the fact that courage and true patriotism and the understanding that freedom isn't free.
With a final total of 70 points, Mr. Allen defeats Mr. Lenny Wilkins, who had 43 points. But guys, it is not over, because again,
Betty Friedan changed literally the trajectory of women's rights. And then she wrote this amazing book called The Feminine Mystique. It was a message of reminding women who they were. We're going backwards, guys. We are going backwards into...
He made clear that we would be more than willing. This is the good part. He was so ahead of his time to stand down, more than willing to stand down our nuclear weapons if Russia would stand down theirs.
His last thing that he did, I'm reading this, Douglas remained an activist speaker to his death in 1895. He died of a heart attack after coming home. Where was he coming home from? A national women's rights group.
Mr. Eric Roberts will make a case for gratitude as the greatest gift that we can give ourselves. And then Mr. Eric Dickerson will make a case for forgiveness as the greatest gift that we can give ourselves. And we'll wrap things up with Mrs. D. Wallace, who will make a case for self-love as the greatest gift we can give ourselves.
You have a mutual respect for one another because you both are fighters. It's no different than playing football. It's a fight on each side.
Control, I believe, is an illusion. If you look through a certain lens, all that appears before you is a sea of pain.
I believe love is the greatest power we have to create with. If you want something, love it more.
3, 2, 1. With a total of 63 points, Mrs. D. Wallace moves on to round number 2. Eric Dickerson with 40 points also moves on to round number 2 of the Celebrity Brand Debate Tournament. Guys and gals, last 2 weeks were insane. We're not done yet. There's still much more show to go. And, you know, at this juncture, I want to remind everyone again that this entire month coming up in September, round number 1 continues. It will conclude in September because there are a bevy of names behind the scenes who are contacting me saying, we want in on this thing. We want in on this thing. And it's my job to see where they fit, where I think the matchups might work. Tonight, Madusa and Robert. I knew that they had worked with one another before, so I thought it would be a good matchup. I knew the camaraderie might be there because, again, Robert had so many great things to say about Madusa all week long, and Madusa had a lot of great things to say about Robert. So there you go. You saw the camaraderie as well, competitive camaraderie. You did see Robert compete. You saw the look in his eye. You saw how he wanted to win this thing. Madusa, again, a competitor her whole life. So get to see more of that. We've already had 15, as of tonight, Hall of Famers. Look at the flyer. Count for yourself. Go down that Google rabbit hole. 15 Hall of Famers have appeared in this tournament already. 17 award winners and nominees at last count from Hollywood. So the number keeps rising. And of course, don't sleep on the green roomers. They're hungry. They want to win this thing. A guy, guys and gals, who in that intro, very quickly was he announced as someone who's in round number 2. But might not be fair. Might not be right because we know he won that match against Buff Bagwell. We know. We know that I had a technical snafu. Not his fault. My fault. Say that live. Kelly White, guys and gals, is in round number 2. And he also judged. But before I bring Mr. White in, guys and gals, I want to give you a chance to see some of the incredible videos that we've had that you sent us from the 150th episode last week. Some testimonials where you get to see some of the green roomers out of character, guys and gals, letting their hair down, so to speak. Right? This is from the heart of Kelly White and Joe Rositano.
Right.
Yes. So, Kelly.
Joe Rositano, my voice man.
150th episode, my guy, of indie wrestling fame. How do you feel?
That's crazy. It's crazy, man, because think about it. That's pushing 3 years, every single Saturday, not a missed episode. And think about our journey, dude. Episode 100. I mean, prior to that, you know, we were in the stands. You know, we were watching it, you know. And out of obscurity, here comes Avi Klein. Pluck, pluck, do this, do that. You got to interview, who was it?
I got to interview the assailant, was who I interviewed, and you interviewed Brian Clark?
I did. I interviewed Brian Clark, Wrath, Chronic. I mean, you know, a guy he started before I did, but, you know, I watched him. You know, I would say I was a fan. I love the dude's style. And it's like, hey, why don't you interview Brian Clark? It's like, why the hell don't I? You're right.
Exactly.
So that was an awesome experience. And then, you know, I'm sure your journey's a little bit the same. It's like, you know, hey, you might have a little something. You want to be a little more involved. You want to do this and that. And 50 episodes later, here you and I are, man.
No, absolutely. And that's where we saw ourselves. It was crazy to think that we ended up from starting off as fans to moving on as more than that.
Yeah.
I've realized recently that this has become a very strong and tight-knit family, and the conversations that we have are powerful but poignant. There's never a moment that feels like it should be regarded as be quick about this. Take your time in how you think. Take a beat.
Take a beat.
And just live in the experience, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And it has been an experience. It's been a lot of growth. And I mean, sometimes, I'm not cognizant, I'm sitting down, I'm getting ready to record, to be on the show, do an episode of Indie Tales. But every now and then, I do take that beat. And it's the things that I've, been privileged to learn in workshop and then actually apply in front of an audience of this magnitude. Sometimes it's just, makes me scratch my head and go, how the hell did I get here? But
yeah, absolutely. How did I end up here? And how we ended up here was through Avi Klein. And yet we also got to show our talents. You got to tell us about the world of independent wrestling, which I didn't fully know till you expressed it more through your show Indie Tales. And I didn't get to personally do anything until I got to do the review show and the voiceover.
You do a hell of a job, man. You really do.
Yes, and you were doing a hell of a job as well. It's been a long time coming with so much that we've done, but even the streaming service right now with the new network, it means a ton to be here, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity between us that we're able to talk about this and that we also have the opportunity to be here for the 150th episode, which has an amazing debate too.
Yes, it does. That's we've got Hall of Famer, award winner. Avi never cuts it short on who he brings up.
Oscar nominee.
Yeah, that's you don't get that every day. But yeah, the same, to actually look back and say, I was plucked from basically obscurity 50 episodes ago, and now here I am, part of this big machine that's chugging along, gaining momentum, building, and it's become a home, and it's becoming bigger and better pretty much every single week.
Agreed.
Love frickin' being here.
Me too. Love you, man. And thank you very much for having this conversation with me.
A pleasure.
I appreciate Kelly White. I appreciate what he stood for and what he stands for, and Joe Rositano as well in that video talking about this journey. Kelly, man, you're definitely not someone that was plucked from obscurity. You're a talented guy. You're a smart guy. You served our country, and that's from the heart. I applaud you. And I'm in awe of you a lot of times, too, because you're a very intelligent man and not pretentious either. That's a tough combination these days, right? Intelligent, not pretentious. Intelligent, not pretentious. So let's bring in a guy, guys and gals, who hopefully is as jovial as I am, man. What a great conversation you had with Joe about the 150th episode. Kelly White, welcome, my friend. Welcome. You don't look all that happy.
Well,
you're in round number 2.
Yeah.
The
thing is, there was a certain amount of frustration and dissatisfaction with actually getting there. Do you know what I mean?
Dissatisfaction. Oh, you mean the controversy?
I suppose that's a good a term as any, controversy.
Kelly, you're in round number 2, brother, and we just celebrated the 150th episode. I thought you'd be elated right now. I thought you'd be excited. I mean, brother, you are in the second round. Guys, Fiona, Phil, Julie, Eric, Collado, who's in the round number 2 as well. Dakota Benson, Robert Todd Kennedy. Thank you again. We got Robert. He's in. Kelly White is in round number 2.
Avi, we just watched that video, and I had a great time talking to Joe.
It meant a lot to me.
Our 150th episode. Big milestone for the Green Room, TKN. Big milestone for myself and Joe. We talked about that.
Yeah.
That was last week. And I've told you, I do the job in front of me. And that job didn't get done properly in round 1 because of a technical glitch. So listen to this. I came in guns blazing. You know that.
I said I'm sorry about that, Kelly. I apologized about that, brother. I apologized. I did the right thing.
You did. But look at it from my point of view, Avi. I came in guns blazing. I came in prepared. If anybody says I wasn't, they're a damn liar.
You were prepared.
And I planned to wipe the floor with Marcus Bagwell, and I'll give him credit. He was able to connect with people a little better than I thought. But if it had been done properly, accurately, with no technical glitch, after round 3, when I decimated him, he would have taken his big old hat and sulked back to Marietta, Georgia. And I would have walked into round 2 on the red carpet like it was supposed to be.
Yes to everything you said. But
not only that, but I had to take the loser's door and sit and stew in my own anger over this. And to be honest, Avi, and I know you didn't, but I thought you screwed me over.
No, hold on a second. No, you know very well that I did the right thing. I called you up. I said, Kelly White, there was a snafu on my end. That's never happened before. I made it right. If I try to screw you, why are you in round number 2? Look me in the eye, my friend, out of respect. Why are you in round number 2 if I was trying to deceive you, fool you, or screw you?
No, listen, I know you weren't.
Okay.
But I had to walk away with that in my head. That, and that I let Marcus Bagwell and his idiocy actually beat me after all that preparing. I had to sit there and stew on that. So to borrow a little something from this past debate, guess what? I had the perfect moment and it went poof. So what's Brian? Brian Clark calls you the Booker man. And you know why, right? Because you booked. You booked the talent. You booked me. You booked him. You just booked Robert Wall. You just booked Madusa.
Round 1, I book all the matches for round 1. Yeah. And then round 2 is going to be great because get this. Round 2, we take all the names, including you. We pick them out of a bowl, and Kelly White could draw Eric Herron. Kelly White could draw Howard Collado. Kelly White could draw Stephen Tobolowsky. Kelly White can draw Mark Henry. Kelly White can draw D. Wallace.
Marcus
Any
Bagwell.
combination.
Marcus Bagwell. Our business isn't finished. And you know how to make that happen, Booker man.
It's random, Kelly. It's random.
Everything's random. But I read in a book one time that a 1 in a million chance happens about 9 times out of damn 10. Let me ask you something, Avi. How important is Tom Sizemore to you?
I'm only in this because Tom Sizemore Memorial Cup is up for grabs. I'm only in this because Tom Sizemore's legacy is something I want to protect. I'm only in this because Tom Sizemore is not. He's watching over us. I've spoken to his family many occasions, and I still do. And I say that live. I was not in this tournament when Tom was still with us during the qualifying round.
I know.
Tom Sizemore is very important to me, which is why I want to be the one hoisting that cup above my head when I step away from the role of moderator and host and compete and defeat everyone in my path.
I think that's a noble quest, to say the least, for your friend, because we've all lost him. You know that. But here's the thing. I want one thing right now in round 2. I want Bagwell. I want him here. I want him out here, around. He made this personal. More personal than it should have ever been. And he had the chance. He started down that road. He started, hey, you know, during that debate, everybody saw it, but he had to come back. He just had to come back and run his.
You want Bagwell out there and in here?
Yeah. You know what I mean. Am I being too subtle?
It took me months to convince Eric to put his beef with Sean Stasiak aside and focus on the pride and enjoy this ride. You need to do the same and put Bagwell aside. Let it go, because you are a great debater and you have a chance to be grand. Don't let this get in the way. Don't let it get in the way.
Some holes are dug just a little too deep to climb out of that easily. He's the one that decided to bring the notion of a gun into the matter. I'm not a man that needs a gun at all. But first, I want to destroy him here in public view. And if that happens, perhaps I can be of assistance in you attaining your goal. Think about it. How bad do you want what you want? Do you want it as bad as what I want?
I scratch your back. You scratch mine.
You know the deal.
I've heard many people in the green room offer alliances to one another. I've never had someone propose one to me.
Well, first time for everything.
Indeed.
And you know, Avi, with me,
like the way you think.
It's a package deal.
The object of everybody's fears siding with yours truly and Kelly White. That's a deal that I can't turn down. And maybe, Kelly, I'm wearing the right color today.
I do like red.
So do I. Kelly, it's been a pleasure having you on tonight. It was much more than I ever could have expected. And I knew I liked you for a reason. I knew I did.
Excellent. It's a pleasure being here, Avi.
From the heart, Kelly J. White is an intelligent man, thinks 2 steps ahead, and I would like to align myself with Kelly. What do you guys think? Dakota? Robert? Robert Kennedy, Fiona, Bubba, what do you think? It's an interesting proposal. Should I bite? Should I reject it? What do you think, Julie Hall? Kelly does seem like a calculated guy, but you have to be in this tournament, Collado. Thought you knew that already. You have to be in this tournament. Carrie said he doesn't know what he's in for. Kelly's not using sound judgment. Why? Why? And is that a no? Should we not? I see someone in the comments section that I haven't seen since 2022. Perhaps a figment of my imagination. I will not bring up that comment from a bygone era. Bubba says, why would you? He doesn't offer anything. He offers credibility. He offers another sharp mind. I am not a snob at all. I don't judge people based on their intellect. But I do. The history teacher in me and the educator in me does like to surround himself with smart, intelligent people, and they don't get smarter than Kelly White. I think it's a gamble, but I would weigh it more, and then again, people can get blindsided. Okay, I'm factoring in everything you guys are saying. Remember, you are part of what we do here Saturday because your voice matters. Dakota says, I got your back the whole way. I do it, but this Kelly, do you think Kelly's someone I can trust? That's the question I have for you. All right, it's a gamble, Christy. Well, I guess I'm going to have to think about that. I might have to ponder, if you will, about whether or not that is the right choice that I make. Guys, speaking of right choices, there is an incredible man who's always the right choice. It was your choice as well. It was your choice along with Gerald Briscoe in the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament matchup they had against Hauser Oderlock back on April the 22nd, which you can watch, guys. You can watch all the episodes for free by going to thenetwork.com. Sure, you can subscribe to Tier 1, 2, and 3. Some of those tiers may not be available anymore in a few months. It might just be one individual show you can sign into. 60-plus shows, but you also have free features. You can check out the Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament and all their individual matchups and these whole episodes of The Green Room absolutely free by clicking on Celebrity Grand Debate Tournament when you click on www.thenewnetwork.com. The new has a K. Let's remember that. K-N-E-W. So with that, I am going to ponder, but again, Fred Ottman, what was quite the delight when he battled against Gerald Briscoe and Hauser gave them fits, all they could handle. There's no doubt about that. This tournament, guys and gals, round number 1 is winding down. That means that on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, on Eric Herron's page and Joe Rositano's page, Joe Rizard, if you will, soon to be on many more pages, there will be one heck of not only a review and a preview, one heck of a story we have to tell. You got to join in. There's obviously a lot up for grabs on Mondays. There's trivia games which the competitors can use if they win. Points they'll be factored into their second round matchup. Of course, there's a lot of stories to be told on Monday nights. 8 p.m. Eastern Time is the time, and the place would be Joe Rizard's page and Eric Herron's page, and soon to be other pages. We call it the Black Box. You got to tune in because, believe me, there are going to be some conversations we have here on Saturday that you might scratch your head about and go, are they referring to something I missed? On Monday nights. You got to check it out. With that being said, guys and gals, I may still go live during the week like I did this week, surprisingly. Who knows? So look out for that. But again, I am not going to surprise you any more than I already have with some of these incredible testimonials. I'm going to let you know right now that this one is from Fred Ottman himself.
Hey, this is Fred Ottman, Tugboat Typhoon, the Shockmaster, the B-A-double-D, Big Steel Man. I am so excited. The 150th episode. Who would have thunk? Who would have thought how far we have come, this family of ours? It's amazing, okay? From a single thought of an idea by Avi Klein, developed and into this fabulous program and multiple programs on the TKN network. But the bottom line is, in a blink of an eye, it seems like, just turn around and boom, we're at 150 episodes. How incredible is that? And we're talking about participants in this grand debate, okay, on our 150th episode. It's just incredible. I get so pumped, so psyched. I mean, You got people from all walks of life, athletes, comedians, actors and actresses. I mean, it's just incredible. Incredible. I can't, obviously my voice you can tell. And such a great variety of people. Such wonderful people. They're my extended family. And I'm proud of each and every one of them as we go into battle every Saturday night, okay? Because with all the twists and all the turns and all the amazing stories, all right? It's crazy. I get so excited. I love hearing it. I love hearing perspective from all different people and their thought process and how they come about and how they do under pressure. It's just amazing, man. I love it, and I'm proud to be a part of it. God bless. I hope that each and every one of you enjoyed this evening's episode and continue to watch and grow with us. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.
Monday night on the review show, I thought I had it. I thought I had it. I thought going after Eric and just throwing that out there that I could put my fate in his hands. I was just tired of it. And I know he's a strong debater. I know that. And I know he's extremely intelligent. But I thought I could get him in trivia. I thought I could control my own fate. There's so much going on. Eric, I need to talk to you. Please.
What's up?
Look, Eric, I know I came after you on Monday night on the review show. I came at you hard, and I know that. And
Mm-hmm. What's up?
I'm asking for your mercy, Eric. You know, Eric, please. You know, everybody talks about the Red Army, right? But they're more than an army. These are real people to me. These people are real to me. Andrew Red III, he's one of the ones that you guys always talk about, the many Andrews. But this man was the man that when I was 16 years old and I was thrown out of my house and I had no family, he took me in. He was my best friend long before I became family. He's not just Andrew, he's Drew. And then when I married John, he became my brother. Then there's Leanne. She was the big sister I never had, Eric. She taught me how to raise Reds. She was the sister to me. And then when Drew married Julie, I had the baby sister. I come from a big family, Eric. I came from two people that threw me out. But then the Reds became my family. And no, I'm not blood to most of them, but there are some Reds that have my blood in them. And again, I know I came at you hard on Monday night on the review show. And I lost. You hold my fate. And I'm asking you, Eric, I'm begging you, don't put me against John. Our family has been through so much. This would kill it. I'm not asking for me, Eric. I'm asking for them.
I don't give a damn about your family. I don't give a damn about your plight. It's real easy to flip that 180, isn't it? To go from badass to whatever I see before me right now. Is it regret? Is this what Mindy Red looks like when she regrets a decision that she made? One that she was warned about time and time and time again. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't piss in the wind. You don't tug on Superman's cape. And you come to me and ask for mercy?
From one family person to another is where I'm coming to you, Eric. You have a family. I watched you fight for your wife. That's what I'm trying to do for my family. It's not about me. If it was about me, I wouldn't care. I'd want it. I was wrong on the review show on Monday night. What? It's not about me. I'm trying to be the bigger person and put what I want and my needs aside and do this for other people. You respect that.
So you're asking me to not put you against John Red. I've given no indication of who I would match you up with, Mindy. I told you before, I really don't see you as a threat. So I really don't see you off the top of my mountain. But this,
I know that
this is beneath you. Do this for my family. You doing this for your family? Mindy, you're the same one that was ready to walk out on your family. And now I'm supposed to have something in my non-existing heart for you? After all the bull that you've pulled? And then having the stones to call, I respect the fact that you had the stones to call me out, but you thought we were equals. You thought you were on my level. You thought you were one of us. The only thing you and I have in common is that we are in this tournament. You claim to be a family person. Mindy, I live my family life every single day. I do fight for my wife every single day. I never give up on her. She never gave up on me. And now I'm supposed to believe this is the Mindy Red I'm supposed to believe. This one, not the one that wanted to bark like she was a pit bull. You don't want me to believe that one, right?
Look,
that's an aberration.
That's family, Eric. I fight for my family, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Yes, I made some bad choices. I did. I take responsibility. I'm able to these people, and that's what I'm trying to do is make things right to them. It's not about them. It's not about me. It's the other ones that it's about. It's the Andrews, the Julies, the Leannes, the kids.
Oh. It's always the kids, isn't it? I mean, we do everything for the kids, right? That's the biggest ace in the hole. 9 times out of 10 is doing it for the kids. Only problem with that is I don't give a damn about anybody else's kids either. Just mine. I'll tell you what I'll do, though. I'll do you a solid. I'll take under advisement, but I won't tell you. I won't tell you which way is up or which way is down, Mindy. I won't tell you who you are getting until I'm ready. Maybe John, maybe not. Don't waste my time anymore. I got bigger fish to fry right now.
Guys and gals, what you're seeing now has everything to do with Monday, the Black Box. When you miss it, you'll have no idea why Eric Heron holds Mindy's fate in his hands the way that he does. He holds her fate in his hands. There was a round of trivia. Eric won on Monday. And as a result, one of the stipulations was he got to decide and will get to decide who Mindy Red will face in round number 2. Same with Joe Rositano. Yeah, Joey Bag of Donuts himself. He holds Joe Rositano's fate in his hands as well. If you want to see some of these things play out, you got to watch at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, live on Eric Heron's page and Joe Rizart's page, because there is a lot of story to be told as you can watch it unfold live. Guys, again, Mindy Red, interesting bit of news. Interesting perspective from Mindy Red regarding her possible future, who she might face. Man, we don't know what Eric Heron might give us. We all are clamoring for Mindy versus John. Guys, let us know. Fiona, Julie Hall, Chad, you want to convince Eric, Dakota, should it be Mindy versus John? I mean, maybe he'll listen to you. Maybe he'll at least factor in some of your opinions and comments here and at least weigh them. Eric, in a sense, is the ultimate puppet master, according to Mr. Collado. Interesting comment there from Collado. Oh my word, if she gets JBL, she'll be cooked. Kelly White says Mindy versus John sounds good to me, but Mindy, it seems like, doesn't want to cause a great divide between John and herself. It seems like that's what she was telling us, is the Red Army. They're people. They're human beings. We're talking about Andrew Red the third, fourth. We're talking about Leanne Red. We're talking about all the Reds we've seen. I guess Mindy doesn't want to come in the way and make this a family feud, but who knows? Eric holds all the cards there. And speaking of holding all the cards, yet another reason, guys and gals, to watch the review show, formerly known as the review show, now it's called the Black Box, is one thorn on my side by the name of Julie. Truly. You see, a very long time ago, let me tell you a story. In walks a gal named Truly Julie into this grand debate tournament. She walks with purpose. She had that gleam in her eye that turned into a roaring fire. And she thought she was well equipped to handle her opponent, Giselle. You know, the one who's masquerading as a character named Kate Hart. But I digress. She walks into this virtual arena. And what does she do? She ends up giving the fight of her life. Julie gives the fight of her life. She starts taking it to Giselle. And Giselle starts taking it to her, and then it goes down to the wire. And it seems like there's some bit of controversy with some of these green rumors. Huh? It seems like that's the case. Some of them want to talk about this body of water. We all know that horror series, The Lake, is part of a bygone era. But anyway, she loses, and she blames yours truly. I'm not a judge. I'm a moderator. I'm a host, right? During these debates, that's what I do. So she blames me, and ever since then, she's had something gnawing at her. Almost this desire to make my life difficult. As if it's not difficult enough. She yearns to make my job and the sweat off my brow a constant by meddling in my business, by walking around with petitions, talking about getting me out of this show, out of the green room, out of this place that I built. Huh? She's in that little village and I'm here in this castle and she's trying to enter and walk inside and claim to the world that I cheated her out of winning her debate matchup. Unreal. So with that, friends, last Saturday night, I figured why not give her let's talk about olive branches here. 150th episode. She popped in. She had good energy. She reminded everyone that she likes this place called the Green Room. She loves it. She loves TKN. And it seemed like we got the good old Julie back. And 2 days later, that same energy was able to transition into the Black Box, the review show on Mondays. And it seemed like we were having a jolly old time. She even said in her words that no longer does she view me the way that she did. That bygones can be bygones until the very end of the broadcast when she looked in front of the camera and said, Avi, remember that thing I said about bygones being bygones? And I said, yup. And she said, I lied. And that's how we ended Monday's show. With a lie! So, I know what you're thinking. Ban her. Get her out of here, right? Is that what you guys want? Ban her. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. We're in a festive mood. We just had our 150th episode. We saw competitive camaraderie epitomized by the sentiments of Robert Wuhl and Madusa and seeing how they got along. I'm in a good mood, which is why I'm willing to speak to Julie here in the Green Room, making her first appearance on a Saturday for quite some time, other than last week, of course. Truly, Julie, welcome.
Well, thank you, Avi, for having me.
I was thinking twice about it. I was thinking twice about having you on here live. But, much to your own chagrin,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not upset at all. Not even in the slightest am I upset at you.
Really?
Yeah. Would you like to know why?
I mean, of course I want to know why. I mean,
sure.
Kind of a shocker.
Kind of a shocker, yeah. You know, what is chagrin anyway? It's words they never taught in Buffalo. So I want to let you know something here, Julie.
Yeah.
The obvious thing to do would be to be upset at you. But I am not. Because for the longest time, you were trying to do whatever you could to get me out of here, the house that I built, the place that I sweat for and bleed for. I made this my life and my purpose. And all because you lost the match, you try to get me out of here. And for months, I said, no longer will you show up here in the Green Room. No more. And then I realized I was wrong about that because I started racking my brain. You know, sometimes you gotta jog the old noggin here. And I was thinking about what your objectives are. And I'm like, wait a minute. You and Pete talking about the same thing, essentially. You and Pete talking about running this place. You and Pete talking about what you would do as hosts. You and Pete talking about improving the Green Room somehow. As if the bevy of celebrities we have here. As if the blurring of the lines. As if the video packages. As if the Lake series. As if the original Celebrity Tournament of 64 isn't enough. You got it right. Somehow you got the secret sauce. Yeah, the Queens came out of me. The secret sauce with a W. You've got the answers all of a sudden. You know what it takes to run this place. Guys, Julie knows how to run the Green Room according to her because that's her goal. Is it not? Do you not want to run the Green Room? Is that not your goal?
Yes. I mean, you should be thanking me, actually, for taking some things off of your
Christy's
plate.
not thanking you. Christy's saying this is nothing without Avi.
Well,
and Bubba says, truly, Julie thinks she could do what you do impossible. What do you say to Bubba and Christy?
I don't think it's impossible. I think it is completely possible. And again, I circle back to you should be thanking me and Pete for that matter, because you say you don't get enough sleep. This way you can I'm doing you a favor, right? You can get more sleep. You can do the things you love.
Go on.
You can spend more time on your hair, you know. Little
All
things
valid
that mean a
points.
lot. Valid points, exactly.
So heartfelt too. And then that's the thing. You're so selfless. Everything you say resonates with me because it's so damn sincere. I mean, anyone, an owl, a bat can hear and see what you say and realize that it's so true. That's why they call you Truly Julie, because everything you say is accurate. But you know what? Because it's so true, why not do what I already know you can do? I already know you can make this place much better than I can. Let's be honest over here. You're Truly Julie. You could definitely innovate this place. With that face, with this space, you might win this race. But guys and gals, if Truly Julie does run this place, why not let the masses know right now what you would do differently? Because I am making this official. At the end of round number 1, you and Pete will get to host 2 green rooms. 2 episodes of the green room without me. I won't appear. I will not appear on this show, on the show that I love and created and live for. I will not be on the green room for 2 episodes.
Okay.
Because we do have some special broadcasts between round 1 and round 2. We've got, of course, we all know the Last Resort Bowl, some matchups that allow those who've been defeated to come back. We've got a special fall lineup show where all of the new shows represented by their new co-hosts will show up here. And some of you don't even know who they are, but they're going to be here. So we got special different shows. And during one of those special broadcasts before round 2 begins, once again, you will host a green room. Pete will host a green room. And maybe, just maybe, you might host it better than me. Do you like that? I mean, I'm cooking this up right now live. You weren't privy to that, were you?
I was not. And actually, this is a shocker because you and I have been going along, busting each other, and you're banning me. And, maybe that was because you're a little bit afraid of my strengths. And
it could be. You're right. Yeah.
I mean, don't worry about it. I will run some videos of you when you're not on. So people won't forget about your face and your voice and all that.
Oh, look, Wendy Jones is here. Hello. Bubba Brewer has a comment. Ratings will drop without you. Thank you so much, Bubba. I appreciate that. But you know what?
Come on, Bubba.
She will be begging you to take your job back, according to Dakota. Hey, let's. But how about this, Bubba? I want to ask Bubba a question. Julie Red, want to ask you a question. Dakota, Faye, you're all out there. Megan is commenting. We also have Joey here in the comment section here on Facebook. Christy, we got you here. I want to ask Chad a question as well. Julie Hall, Faye, Karen Calabretta. Let's give Julie the benefit of the doubt here. Let's assume she's a creative gal. Let's assume she hosts the green room. How will it be different than what we see now? Clues? Hints? How?
You know what? I have some exciting stuff that I've been cooking up. We're going to have some fun. We'll have some games. And like I said, I'll show your face once in a while just so they don't forget about you.
I appreciate that.
Maybe we'll make a game with a Avi face and we'll get to throw things at it. I mean, that would be fun and entertainment, right? And then people could win prizes by hitting
It will be, because the special stipulation I have for you is if the numbers go down on any of those broadcasts, you and Pete are banned for life. So yeah, cook up those great ideas. Cook up those great ideas. Because if you guys don't, if your show fails to produce the metrics that its predecessor did, meaning the previous week's episode that I host, you're gone. And if the show that Pete hosts fails to do the same, then you're gone. So the people will speak, and they will type, and they will let us know what they think. But Johnny says, let's give her a try, and we can vote for it. Yes, Johnny, that's the spirit.
Thanks, Johnny.
And Wendy says, Julie looks so pretty tonight. There you go. There you go. What else? What else we got here? Julie Red says, won't be the same without you. It'll be for a couple of episodes. Let's see. Dakota said, just 2. You are the green room, Avi. Just want to be the right without you. Thank you so much. Let's assume. More comments. A lot of comments here about this. This is interesting. Faye says, I think we shouldn't underestimate someone because they can always surprise us. You're right about that. Well, last question for you before I bid you adieu. It seems like you're excited. You want to run out of here and write down all your ideas and get started. But Pete, Pete have you been talking to him? You guys were planning on getting rid of me, and now you don't have to, because now you'll get an opportunity to host these shows. And if by any chance your show and Pete's show somehow exceeds expectations and is able to garner more metrics than any of the ones I've hosted prior, I will take a hiatus for the rest of 2023. Deal?
Is that a promise?
I said it here live, so it must be.
Okay. All right. I mean, I still have to talk to Pete about it since I just learned about this right now. I'm very excited about it. And you know what? I actually have to go because I have to start preparing. I have to start getting notes, getting viewers. Oh, well, I mean, I don't need to tell you. You've been doing like 100 shows in a row,
Oh,
right?
it's not hard to put this together. Sure, it's easy. Go, yeah. Have fun with it.
You know what? You got yourself a deal.
Yeah.
And I am out of here.
Go get him. Go get him.
I can't wait. This is going to be awesome.
Get to that end zone, unlike the Bills. Get there. Get there. And see what awaits.
Eric, I would like to speak with you briefly.
Well, that seemed to be the belle of the ball tonight. What's going on? You look rather studious tonight.
Well, I was just getting some things together that I thought would benefit me greatly, knowing that you are the one that
what?
Yeah, Joe's got some technical issues over here. Joe Rossitano?
It looks like it. I mean, he was kind of mid-speech there, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I guess what, Joe? Joe seems like he's got a lot on his mind. So, I mean, yeah, it seems like you are very popular tonight, Eric.
I am. I mean, everybody's. It seems like the ones that it just seems like everybody wants to talk to me tonight. You know, it's kind of nice to be the belle of the ball a little bit sometimes. But how are you doing? We haven't talked much lately. How are you been?
Well, you heard what just happened, huh? Between Julie and I.
Right, yeah. And I look, I admire your courage, but you know, sometimes I question the wisdom. I mean, you really want to give 2 shows to these? I mean, bro, we've worked so hard and so long to make this what it is, and you want to.
At the risk of sounding cocky or condescending, I'm not. I know what I'm doing, man. I know. I'll tell you what. They've been trying to show the world that they can host a better green room than me.
Right,
for months.
Right.
For months. I know. We talk about challenges. You know, you took the Eric. Did you have to take the Eric Herron challenge? You were already in the grand debate by winning the great debate.
No, I didn't have.
Guys, this man didn't have to have a qualifying match because he won the whole great debate tournament. But you took on the Eric Herron challenge. You didn't have to. This is the Avi Klein challenge. I want to see what Pete and Julie can produce.
At the risk of sounding like a pompous asshole, we already know it's gonna send the ratings. I mean, are we going to be able to boost that back up? Are we going to build that back up after they tank our product? I mean, dude, like calculated risk on your part, but I need to know what your calculus is. You know.
Well, I got to tell you this. Speaking of calculating, it seems like Joe has been number crunching. Let's bring him back in and see what he has to say, Eric. I'm curious. If you don't mind, let's listen. Let's listen to what he has to say. What's on his mind? Sure.
Absolutely. Always willing to listen to him. Let's see what he got to say.
No, of course. The thing is, I have currently 3 different guesses. One of the people that I think that you would approve of that I have written over here is one Mr. Pete Babcock. Pete Babcock, of course, is an excellent choice that I think you would agree with, only because of the fact that he is one who worked with the Denver Nuggets.
Whoa. Slow down there, buddy. You're talking about guys and gals. Slow down. Slow down. What? Eric Herron won a trivia on the review show.
Yes.
And as a result of the stipulation, Eric Herron, along with holding Mindy's fate in his hands, also holds your fate. Let's our audience know that. Guys, Eric will pick Joe's opponent in round number 2. So before you proceed forward, putting together a list of all those individuals you think you might want to face, Joe? Is that what we're seeing right now?
Yes, I have all the lists and requirements that I think would be proper right here. I'm sure that Eric would agree with me because this is an excellent use of our time. I'm not going to undermine the intelligence of someone that I'm working with, especially someone that holds my life in his hands in terms of the debate. So, again, Pete Babcock, that's the person that I think we should go with first because, yes, you did win that challenge. So that being the case that we have right here, I think that you'll agree that he would be our first best option. Wouldn't you say so? Yes, I'm sure he would. Yes. So next we would also have JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield. He's someone that I think that you could agree on a much more linear case, because he's someone that holds very good rapport with all of his guests that he has. He's someone that moves very quickly. He studies very hard. There's never any holes in his arguments, and as much as there may be some kind of forms of holes, that's something that I think that we can all agree on would be proper. Wouldn't you say?
This is
yes, I think that that is what we both agree on together, because the last one, the final one, the third one is going to be D. Wallace, and that is where we get into the meat and the grit of it. I even have a full notebook right here displaying what, let's get this in here, of why D. Wallace would be one of the best options for me specifically, because of the way that I treated this. I think we all can agree, case closed, that from Knights doing this, that is the person that we should go with. We should go with D. Wallace. What do you think?
Come here. Come here.
No.
Come here.
No.
Come
Here's
here.
the thing. Here, hey.
Come here.
I'm coming up with all these different names of I'm coming up with all these different names of people, because I want you to know that I'm thinking about people that would make sense to you. But you know what makes even more sense is I can't do this. I can't do these things like this anymore. And you know, I can't. You know why? Because I am going to kick your ass, Eric Heron. There's no time like the present, and now is the time to say it. I'm working endless hours on different stuff for Greener. The posts that I do, I know that you can relate, because this is something that I do by myself. When people see this thing out there is me doing posts or me sending links. Actually, let's bring that up. Sending links. I'm going to shut my notebook right now, because that's what you should do. And you should shut your mouth, because I'm here to tell you that I'm the one that puts up the links. When you're not there all the time that I am here working behind the scenes, I run home to work every day. Run home to work, because when you get something and you get laid out on your butt and you have to figure out a situation, you put those big man pants on, you get up there and you move yourself. You do something that you wouldn't normally do, because for Christ's sakes, that's why you are a man. You grow up. And for me growing up, I realized that I have to beat the best to be the best. And also, when it came to doing these things and being consistent, I'm actually consistent. I get told that I'm consistent all the time. When we have our meetings, who's the one that doesn't respond to these things? Who's the one that isn't actually bringing up these links? Isn't doing this? So you know what? If you choose to accept this, if you do, not like you would though, because you haven't even made a decision about Mindy yet, because I know clarity and time, but respectfully, I'll give you the time I'll give you the time that you clearly also haven't given me in your decisions, making all these faces. So, sure, if I do this and I have a point where you accept this offer that I'm giving you, I get to run the show. If I win the black box Monday nights, I will run the show. Yeah, you shut up too, Phil. You shut up too, because you know what? I don't see you on here doing anything as well. Yes, let's bring that up, because you know what? The special thing about the green room is that we acknowledge your comments when they come up. Yeah, Eric doesn't look phased. You know what? Because he's losing his purpose. He doesn't have the moxie to say this kind of thing to my face right now. So, you know what? Yeah, Fiona, exactly. How can you tell he's making faces? It's beard and mustache. Yeah, well, sometimes losers got to do what they got to do to make ends meet. So here we are. Bless your heart, but go Joe. Thank you. Exactly. But if I win, I get to run the show. Now, I know that you don't think I'm the best, so I give an offer to the best. Choice is yours.
Wow.
Think about
it. For somebody to talk so much and to absolutely say nothing, you can give a master class. Moxie? You want to talk moxie? You want to talk about no, shut your mouth.
Yeah, no, I want to come
because
up with
now
an answer.
Now it's time for the big boys to talk. You got to actually lay out a challenge first, my friend. I don't accept anything blindly. Only an idiot signs something without knowing the conditions and terms and agreements. First rule of business. Second rule of business, if you don't respect your elders, son, I'll make you respect your betters. Now, you want to talk? Let's talk. You want to be a big man all of a sudden? You want to talk about, oh, I got to send links sometimes? Yeah. Welcome to the real world, Joe. Sometimes you got to step out of your comfort zone and do something. Oh, you're on time.
Do that. Yeah.
You are on time. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. You got the first part right. What's this challenge? You want the black box. You want to run Mondays. What's your challenge? What's the stipulation? What's the challenge, Joe?
You and I debate, but not in a way that means that we're on the black box because you have your soapbox of people that come in, your Eds, your Chads, these people that vote for you because you know that you'll be there. We should debate at a time where we know all the people will be there. Joe is a lot stronger than you think. Thank you, Karen. Yes, exactly. And that's where you have made the first mistake, is undermining that thinking. There's a little bit, a modicum of something.
You know what Dakota just said just now? You don't want
that smoke.
You don't want that. You see, I get it. You're angry. You're angry because you lost.
What if I do?
Shut
What
up.
if I do, though?
Shut up.
Don't you shut me up.
Shut your mouth,
Who do you
young
think
fella.
I am?
I think you're somebody who needs his ass kicked. And you want to come do it? Come do something about it. I don't care. Name the time, name the place. Any day of the week, I beat your ass. But it's not going to be in round 2, Joe. No, it's not going to be that easy. You don't get
so
me
you think
because
it's
you
that?
don't deserve me. But I got somebody special for you. It's already laid out. It's already planned.
So you're just so that means you're not special, because if you were special enough, you would choose yourself. You'd think highly of
Are
yourself.
you really
You'd
going to
give
play
yourself
the Mindy
respect.
Red card right now?
No,
Are you really
I'm not
going to
playing
try
the
to
Mindy
say
Red
the
card. I'm
same
playing- you
regurgitated
can
shit
just
Mindy
wait.
Red said? No,
Just a
I am
moment.
done
I am
waiting
not
on the lower
regurgitating
tier and
anything.
the second
I am
class
not
citizens of this tournament.
regurgitating
Avi,
anything.
I
You
am
are
done.
nonsensical.
Oh,
Done
really?
with this? Yes, because
done
losers
with this
quit.
conversation.
Quitters quit. People
Well,
that don't know where to go with themselves and they don't make decisions, they quit. They fail and they put themselves midway. You're settling. I hope you found your state and where you want to be, because that is settling. I hope it makes you feel all better inside that you can be less of a man than you think you are. Hope that makes you sleep at night and enjoy it, because that's what I'm seeing now. That's what Avi's seeing now. And I feel like it's disrespectful to him even that you're acting like the best that you're bringing now. that you are the best.
There's a tear for you.
Sir.
It's all you're ever going to get. You want me, you better work your way up to me. And no, Joe, I got somebody special for me in round 2. And it ain't you. Because you, dude, I view you as a threat. You're strong. Avi and I both said it. You have the talent, the panache. You could go all the way. You're a strong sleeper pick. So you think I'm going to make it easy for you? Stop playing checkers and start playing chess. Because until then, all this, what is it everybody used to like to say about me? False bravado. Until I ran through everybody and they realized that I am the genuine article. Joe, this fluff and stuff routine works for some people. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't work against me. You're mad that you lost your ability to get some random opponent and maybe get it easy. You're mad because your fate's in my hands and you want to blame me? Blame yourself. Because once again, young pup, you bit off way more than you could possibly chew. There's nobody in this tournament I'm afraid of. There's nobody in this tournament that I am worried about. Some could beat me, some can't. And we've already proven time and again, whether it be trivia, whether it be debating, you ain't that guy. And Dakota was right.
No, I'm not
that fucking smoke.
No. No, I'm not that guy if I had my people there, and you know it very well.
My people? My people. Okay, let's lift that curtain back, shall we? Out of everybody who's debated, there are 2 men who haven't asked a single soul to come out and vote for them, and they're on the screen right now. And one of them ain't you. So don't you dare talk to me about having my people. I earn every single person that votes for me. I earn every single vote I get, and I don't ask, I don't shop, I don't campaign. I just go out there and I beat people's asses left and right and leave them laying in the dust. You want to be the next one? Work your way up to it.
Joe Rositano, any final words from Mr. Heron?
No, he's
done. I will break you.
Guys, if you ever needed a reason to watch The Black Box on Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, as we unveil new artwork for that show starting tomorrow, you have your reason right here. The 2 co-hosts who host the show alongside with yours truly. Will the dynamic change? There's no doubt that it will. I think that is inevitable. So come Monday night, will Eric and Joe be able to co-host together? And if they will, how will the dynamic change and affect the actual broadcast? I don't have an answer to that, but tuning in will give you a bit of clarity. So, Joe, we will see you Monday on The Black Box. Thank you for giving us a slice of your heart. Mr. Eric Heron, before I bid you adieu, because Howard Collado wants to have a conversation with me, but last week with Sean Stasiak, I don't have some video to play for you right now of Sean with a knife threatening you. I don't have that. Sean's part of this network as well. He's got his own show, New Dawn with Sean. We just recorded that Friday.
Well, nobody
part of the 60-plus show lineup. Well, we had a conversation, and it had a lot to do with the fact that he understands that you are in a different league right now regarding this tournament. You're not looking in the rearview mirror anymore.
No, sir.
You are driving carefully. And you know that the road ahead doesn't include Sean Stasiak. So I'll put you backstage a moment, but I just want to tell you I'm proud of you because for months you kept, I guess for whatever it was, you kept allowing yourself to feel like Sean Stasiak was your end goal. He was your end goal. That it had to be something else. I mean, people who've watched the Green Room have known there have been fights that have been recorded that we've shown in broadcast. Things have gotten physical on this broadcast before. Heck, We had a series last year. There was a lot of blood.
Oh, there was, wasn't there?
A lot of lives being lost. But that was then and this is now, and this is reality. And the reality is you're the great debate champion. You're the odds-on favorite to win this. I know you've heard it from me before. I know this is nothing new. I'm merely telling a friend that I'm proud that Sean Stasiak is no longer going to be a factor. I am proud of the fact that when round one ends, you'll be right here. You will not be out in Dallas, Texas, hunting for some Stasiak. You'll be right here where you belong. Proud of you. You see how all the comers are here? You got a target on your back. That's what you wanted. You said you wanted that target. You got it on your back. They're watching you. Whether it's Robert Wall, whether it's Mark Henry, JBL, they're all watching you. And they all see how much you have to offer. They all want to defeat Eric Herron. Some people tell me, how do you get all this talent? I work for it. I work. I'm not some geek off the street. I've been writing for one of the best studios in the world for almost 20 years.
You have.
That's some of the most polished mentors who had pedigree, class.
You did.
When I built this thing, I wanted people that had the same ability that I did. You're one of them. And that's why I'm glad, from the heart, as I say, that you have got huge, huge targets. They're on your back, and pretty soon they'll be on their back. Because who knows which name I will draw randomly when we find out who you face in round two. Because when round one is over, with the exception of you picking Mindy Red's opponent and Joe Rositano's opponent, everything else is random. And if you want to prove to yourself that you're still the best, as you do daily, maybe, just maybe, we can draw each other. Maybe, just maybe. Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be a match.
It would.
Or maybe you pay attention to Joe Rositano and realize that kid, he's got a lot of spunk.
He does.
And we got to give him credit for having the fortitude to come up here and call you out.
Look, I'll tell him to his face. I told him to his face. We believe in him. We believe in the kid. He is a dark horse. People want to take that as an insult. Like, everybody can't be a front runner. Everybody can't be you. Everybody can't be me. Everybody can't be JPL. But to be
I've got a lot to prove. I've got a lot to prove as well. We all have a lot to prove.
We do.
We all have a long way. 5 rounds. 5 rounds, man. This is going to be 5 rounds.
Dude, I got a lot to prove. But, take your roses when you get them. The thing is, yes, we have a lot to prove. But that kid is a dark horse. He could go the distance.
We've always said that.
He wants to take slight because he accepted a challenge and lost and now wants to blame me. Like, I'm the problem. I'm the issue. Okay, fine. You blame me, Joe. I blame you for running your mouth saying I could do it and failing. You tripped at the finish line time and time again. Not the problem. But let's talk about this for a second, because you mentioned who I might get in round 2. Yeah. I don't know who it is, but I mean, I did mention earlier I do kind of have a special target, maybe in mind. Maybe my eyes are somewhere, but you're right. You're right. You're right. I am here. I am in it to win it. The prize, $13,000.
After last week, we had to remind the viewers. We talk all the time, but they saw Sean Stasiak appear here last week, and I saw that gleam in your eye, and I did not want to see that fan into a roaring fire. So I'm glad you're listening, and I'm glad you're back. And hey, the Joes, the Mindys, the Mark Henrys, the JBLs, those are the people, of course, that are still in this tournament. We know Sean isn't. We do know that he might get a chance to come back in the last Resort Bowl. We don't know. But Eric Herron, I'm going to bring you back, put you backstage for a moment if I can. Eric Herron, guys and gals, definitely is a man that everyone is eyeing. And there's a reason for that. He's the great debate champion. So with that, let me bring in someone who was here last week, guys and gals. So I want to get his perspective, because at the end of the day, here we are, we're competing. I'm in this tournament as well. So we all have a different mindset. We're locked in. We're concentrating. We're focused. We don't get a different perspective that all of you do when you're watching and commenting. So I respect this man's perspective, because he has his own show as well, and he gives good analysis about everything. And he also, especially tonight, hates the Buffalo Bills. Bubba Brewer, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here again. Thank you. I love the controversy.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. So you're sitting here listening to Joe Rositano calling out Eric Herron. You've seen almost all the debate matches. Joe's definitely no slouch. Went up against Jason London, Rock Richards. Joe's in round 2, but Eric Herron's the great debate champion. What kind of an assessment can you offer us based on watching that? What we just watched between Eric and Joe?
I think Eric is like a cerebral assassin, and he's going to slice and dice, I think, everybody in this tournament.
Yeah, you've seen him, and I've known that your comments, they're very intelligent, as they were tonight, as always. But what is it about Eric Herron, besides for being the great debate champ, do you think that makes him maybe in a league of his own?
He's definitely in a league in his own. Joe was trying to rattle him, but it took 15 minutes for Joe to get his point across, and Eric just sat there with no emotion.
Do you feel like Eric can take on the JBLs, the Mark Henrys, some of the odds-on favorites? Of course, Eric won the only tournament in Green Room history, the 8-person great debate tournament. So he is the favorite. But do you feel like he'd still be the favorite against the JBLs, the Mark Henrys of the world?
Yeah, I think him and JBL could be the Clash of the Titans right now as I see it. So it could be ratings galore with those two go at it on this show.
100%. Howard says, love Bubba's energy. Everyone loves Bubba, without question.
Well,
we're going to talk.
Thank you.
Yeah, about your podcast. Phil says, hey, Bubba. Fiona, Bubba, heart emoji. Yeah, guys, listen. Bubba did not have to do this, but part of the 53 channels, of course, we stream to. Bubba's always posting our stuff. We appreciate that because this man is a workaholic. This man, I'm saying this live for everyone that's listening. All the luminaries who watch this show on Sunday that'll listen to this the next day, all of those that watch it live, are judges who are a part of this panel and cast, the commenters. Everybody should know this guy over here to my right puts on one hell of a broadcast, and they're all different, but he does a lot of work, whether it's interviews, whether it's talking football, whether it's having a panel of 4 or 5 or 6 people that show up live. Man, you do this thing live. I said this last week. You've got a lot of passion for what you do, but it never ceases to amaze me that you never take your foot off that gas pedal, brother.
No, I never will, Avi. I never will. What you see is what you get with me. And that's just how it is.
I want to ask you some more questions about the debaters, but in a moment, I want to get back to your podcast. Please remind everyone again where they could watch you, what they're going to be watching, and where it will appear, Bubba, if you can.
Well, it's on the YouTube channel, the Triple B Experience. You can download it on Spotify. I am the hardest working podcast in Western Pennsylvania, where I talk Pittsburgh Steelers, pulp culture, professional wrestling. I was in a business for 20 years. I own one of the greatest companies in Western Pennsylvania at its time. I'm a walking billboard, and I promote, Avi, every day.
I love that you do, and you got a lot of heart. You got a lot of passion. Bubba, if you were to face someone in a grand debate challenge, if you were facing somebody, who would you want to face because you feel like maybe perhaps it would allow you to advance further? Who would you not want to face because you feel like it might be probably the biggest challenge ever in this field of those that you've seen?
Wow. If I'm going to go, and that's just the way it is, if I'm going to go for the title, I'm going to go against Eric. That's simple. I'm going to go down in a blaze of glory, or I'm going to rise like a phoenix. One shot. You only get one shot.
Which of the celebrities surprised you that you've seen so far debating?
D. Wallace Stone. D. Wallace Stone did.
She came out there guns a-blazing last week, huh?
Yeah.
Look at the love, man. You deserve this. This is awesome. Love that answer. Everyone calling Eric out. It seems like, yeah, he's the champ. He's got that target. Yeah, great programming, Mindy McNine read by Bubba. Make sure to check it out because it is good programming. I want to ask you something about the Steelers real quick. You and I talk Steelers every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any expectations regarding what they can do this season? Do you feel like there are any expectations that you've set for the Steelers this season?
Yes, playoffs. Tonight they destroyed the Buffalo Bills in the first quarter, 14
that doesn't
to
say
nothing.
Much, that doesn't
I know
say
it doesn't say much, but in 3 minutes they look like a fine-tuned machine.
They did. They did defeat Buffalo, thankfully, guys and gals. But you know what? Again, like defeating Buffalo, for them, that's like a victory because they're kind of so used to it already. So, you know, it's they're following suit. They do what they do well. They lose. They lose well, Bubba.
Well, it's okay, and it's only preseason. I just want to see us get in the playoffs. And like I said before, and I'll always say, in Kenny, we trust.
Yes, in Kenny we trust. Bubba Brewer, guys, you're going to see him as a contributor here on the Green Room because, man, who knows? Bubba might show up here as a judge. He might show up here and judging these great celebrity grand debates live with us. We'll see if that happens as well because, man, 2 straight weeks. Love what you're bringing. Love what you're bringing here. Love what you're bringing out there. Guys, follow Mr. Brewer and watch his podcast, plural, not singular. There's a lot of them. Watch this man on Facebook. Keep checking it out. Type in Bubba Brewer. Friend request him. Check out his stuff. Great content across the board. Thank you. Thank you for showing up here tonight, brother.
Thank you for inviting me on, Avi. And I love what you do. You are the wheel, the cog. You are the machine that keeps this going. Truly, Julie has no hope. No hope, whatever. But thank you guys so much.
Bubba Brewer, thank you for joining us, my friend. Have a great Saturday night.
Thank you. Good night, America.
Bubba Brewer, guys and gals. Check him out, guys. Yeah, he gave us his perspective on what he thinks. It seems like he wants... We got a Green Room original in the back. Mr. Howard Collado. Look at this. Decided to show up here, huh? Like it's 2020 all over again, huh?
Mr. Klein, Mr. Klein, Mr. Klein.
College.
Yeah.
What a big shot you thought you were in college, huh? Thought you were a big shot, huh?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Looked at me, remember, we were bros. Yeah, I was on the basketball team and did theater with you. And I said, brother, I got a script for you, remember? Yeah. I got a script I want you to read. Remember your response back then? Remember what it was? Put it under the door. I'll read it when I have time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time didn't serve you that well for those 20 years, huh?
No.
You didn't see me like a phoenix rising back then, did you?
I did not, Avi.
No.
We've talked about this.
But I put that aside. You were the first person I called to show up before this monstrosity, this colossal network came to fruition. You were one of the first.
Yeah. It's and I do cherish that, and I do value that.
I value that as well, Howard. I value that as well. You're Howard Collado, a Green Room original, a person who's in round number 2 as well. What brings you to the broadcast tonight, Mr. Collado? As you can see, everyone's already thinking of round 2 because in about a month, round 1 will be over. So you, my friend, are in that second round, although you can't choose who you're going up against. I mean, why do you want to be here? Why are you here tonight? Because when you show up, standing especially, I know you, there's usually something on your mind.
Well, let me ask you a question, Avi. How long have you known me?
Better part of 22 years?
Yeah, 22, right?
22 years.
Have you ever known me to hold any grudges for a long time?
No.
No, right? We've talked about this. If I hold on to something too much, it plays with my head. It messes around in my head, and I get resentful, and it just turns into a mess. Look, I have a passion to be the best, and then you got a glimpse of that in college, and along those 20 years. This is not me complaining, but let's just say I didn't take advantage of many opportunities. And what I live with a lot is what I call, perhaps the guilt of squandered opportunity. And on July 28th, someone got the best of me. And I did not bring my best. And every time I do
You went up against John Red and Kara J on June 10th. And then, due to controversy again, there was another matchup that took place on July the 8th. Now, you already were going to win on July the 8th because you advanced. And so was John Red. But, I recall Kara J had a lot on the line. If she won, she would have advanced, and she did. And If you would have won, she would have been eliminated, and you would have had 10 points. That would have been allotted to you in round number 2.
Yeah.
July 8th. Yeah.
And that burns. That loss does burn. And when something burns in me, I can't let it go. So I would like to talk to Mrs. Kara J.
She was one of our great judges. She did amazing.
She
happened to be in the house.
I saw her. She was just
Madusa,
great
Robert,
assessment.
all appreciated her. Yeah.
Yeah. Great
You're in luck. You're in luck. Sure.
Hey,
Hey, Kara.
I'm digging the mustache, man. Like,
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's,
good. It really does. I don't feel like a lot of people can pull off a mustache, but it actually looks really good on you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you did some great judging tonight.
Thank you.
They're really great, astute, assessments and, very observant. Let me ask you a question, Kara.
Mm-hmm.
You, I would say you work hard, right? You work hard, right?
Yeah, I feel like I do.
Yeah, and you're also a mother.
Yes.
Right. Gotcha. And I imagine you're probably an awesome mom.
I mean,
right?
I feel like I'm an okay mom. Like my
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
don't complain too much.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And you have a great husband.
Mm-hmm.
Eric. What he's done this year is just amazing. Actually, Eric has been he stepped up. He's really stepped up this year, and it's been awesome to have him in behind the scenes, and he helps me out tremendously. And but that's kind of what I want to talk about tonight. You kind of came on tonight, and you did good. But what happens Monday through Friday? You and to give everyone some context, guys who are watching, Monday through Friday, we promote, right? We usually promote this show.
Are we really back on this again? First, it was John complaining that I didn't promote enough, and now it's you complaining. What it boils down to is you're upset that I advanced, correct?
That's not. I mean, you see, Kara, that's surface, and I actually think that you're capable of going deeper than the surface. I know you are, because what I'm trying to.
But it's a matter of if I want to give you the time of day.
Oh well, we're here live, so
I know
you are going to give me the time of day.
Oh,
because God damn it, I'd like to think I've earned that. Okay. Yes, Baba. Yes, Baba. Baba said it right there. You have to promote every day. Thank you, Baba. Hey, 2.3K comments. A new record. And you know how that actually I'm genuinely that's a shoot. I'm freaking excited about that. And you know how that happened? That was teamwork. That was me trying to organize people behind the scenes to do the job that they need to do. So you ask me, does it rub me the wrong way? Yeah, Kara. And you know why I asked if you were a mother? Because you know who else is a mother? Who busts their ass behind the scenes? Mindy. You know who else?
Congratulations.
Julie. Okay? So, do you think you could just walk in here, do a little judging, look all cute?
I got asked, Judge. I didn't ask to come on here. I got asked to do it.
Okay. And you said yes.
I didn't seek it out. I was asked for a favor, so I did it.
All right. Fair enough. The point I am making, Kara, is that you just sometimes can come in here and just think you could just work off the sweat of the backs of all the individuals I just mentioned. See, that is what pisses me off. Okay? Because
duly noted.
I hate to sound like a broken record, okay? But I've
Then
seen, well, I sound like a broken record because the points I make are solid. And I've seen the candy corns, as they say. I've seen all the schmucks come in here thinking that they could just come here and do some solid work. And then, here's what happens too, right? Because more gets demanded of you, and then you start cracking. Kara, are you going to crack?
Do I look like I'm going to? Do I look like you're bothering me?
I don't know. Maybe
No.
you suffer from the same ailment your husband suffers from. Ooh, what is that? Bravado. But you know what? I'll give Eric some due. He's actually shown some vulnerability. Are you going to be just false bravado? Is that what we're going to see from you? That's a question. Thank you, Andrew. I'm going to tell her.
Do you want me to be upset over this? I need to know what you want from me. What do you and everybody else want from me? That's what I need to know. Because like I said, I got asked to do this. I didn't seek it out. I was called and I was asked.
You're doing us favors.
That's not what I said. You're making that sound like I'm a shitty person and I'm up here and everybody's down here. No, what I'm saying is you are making this out to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? You're making it out to be like I'm thriving for this.
Well,
my life depends on it.
You told me that winning this tournament. You told me that winning this tournament.
Do I want to win? Yes.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, you told me. Let's stay on that. Let's stay on that. Let's stay on the tournament. Let's stay on the tournament here for a second. It's a competition. Let's talk tournament.
Okay.
You told me, Kara, plenty of times on the phone as we've spoken, you want to win this whole shebang. Howard, you told me you want to win this whole shebang. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Let's just simplify for a moment. Am I right about that, both of you? Yes?
Damn right.
Kara, you told me that winning this Pride and Prize could help change your life. Howard, you told me this could help change your life as well. We are never going to underscore how important it is to win this thing. Yeah, you were asked to judge. And you weren't even supposed to show up here, Howard. So there you go. So I'm a little surprised. You can't let go of the fact, Howard, that Kara J defeated you and John Red on July the 8th. Am I right? Is that what this is? Let me ask you this. Is this a mind game that you're playing on Kara, or at least an attempt, to try to let the masses know, me know, and her know, that you're eyeing her in round number 2, even though this whole thing's random, that you would like to get another shot at Kara? Is that your objective beyond the mind games? Smoke and mirrors. Is that what it is, Howard?
Is that what you want?
Yeah.
I'm okay with it if that's what you want. Would that make you happy?
Yeah.
Would that make Avi happy? If that would make Avi happy, if that's what he wants to see, I am more than willing to do it.
No, I'm not booking that though, Kara. It's random. With the exception of Eric Heron, who gets to pick Joe's opponent, and with the exception also of Mindy Red, Eric gets to pick her opponent. Everything else is random. We don't know. That's what I'm trying to say here. You don't have to impress me, Howard. You can't convincing me that you want to face Kara. It's like Vegas, man. The odds aren't really in your favor. I got to ask Kara a question though. Should this matchup occur, would it be a matchup that you would prefer? Because as a competitor, you can't tell me you're not eyeing the competition. You can't tell me that there aren't people back there who are in round number 2 that you would like to face as well. So let's get Kara's perspective here. Who, if in a perfect world, who would you face in the second round that's coming up? Sean Archer, round. You're right. You're right, Sean. Faye says, smoking out Howard, and this is just funny. No, I'm there's no bias here. I'm trying to figure out exactly what Howard wants and exactly who Kara would like to face should that ever come to fruition. Yeah, you've seen them all. Let's start with this. Celebrity or green room?
Green room.
Why is that?
It's hard for me as far as the celebrities, because I don't know them. Like other than knowing maybe their faces on a few movies, you can tell me a name and the name isn't going to register who it is. I don't stick with names. So it's not a starstruck kind of, I want to go up against this person.
Which green rumor do you think you could take on and defeat without question? Because there's two schools of thought. There are people like Eric Heron who say your husband, he wants the best. Then there are people who say, well, Howard might agree to this. Give me people I think I can defeat so I can keep advancing. That's the goal. Like an NCAA tournament, it's win in advance, win in advance. You want to face those you feel you can defeat, right? Am I right or wrong?
I mean, that makes sense. But if you're going at it like that, then how are you truly going for your best? If you're picking the bottom tier.
Because they'll be there at the end. Because they'll be there at the end, Kara.
And so will the best.
That's what I mean. The best will be there at the end. We're only in round 1. There are 5 rounds. It's like a marathon.
So would you rather go ahead and get your butt kicked or come out on top? Or
that's what I've been asking. Is your school of thought facing people you know you can
I go big or go home.
You go big or go home.
I go big or go home. Okay. Would I go up against my husband? Absolutely. Would things be crazy in the house? Absolutely. But I would go up against him. Because he's good. He's good at what he does.
Putting it out there, the green rumor, if you just, again, let's talk about some logic here that's a bit twisted because it's all random, deciding who's you're going to face in round number 2. We all know it's going to be a special broadcast. You guys will watch as we pull out those names in a special broadcast after round 1. You will find out live who draws who. So that's my question for you. In a perfect world, hypothetically speaking, who would you pick?
My husband.
Eric Heron would be the one you pick.
Yeah.
Eric Heron.
I like competing against my husband.
Eric Heron. I want to see next week, Eric. I'm going to talk to him and see what he has to say. Guys, we're at 3 hours and 20. Howard, any message you want to send Kara before we bid you adieu?
Well, Kara, you might want to face your husband, but sometimes you got to look at what's in front of you.
I see you.
Yeah.
I've done smoked you. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, he done smoked me. But you know what, Kara?
Are you
I
done?
rise. No, are you?
Are you going to rise like a phoenix?
No. I just rise like Howard. That's it. I don't need no damn analogies. I don't need no metaphors. I don't need no Howard. Poetry. Okay? I have been rising for 2 years. All right? And you will see it.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do right now. I just thought of this. Howard. I'm going to ask the viewers what they think. I literally just thought of this, Kara.
There you go.
And Howard.
There you go.
What if I have you face someone, Howard, since we have the last resort bowl anyway? Once we vote on the 12 to get a chance to come back, why don't I have you face one of them? And if you defeat them, 10 points will be allotted to you in round number 2. And you will face Kara J. But if you lose, you will be in that bowl. And you will not have a last resort. You will have to face one of those who've been eliminated, Howard. Think about it. You could say no. I don't even want a yes right now. Think about it. Howard Collado, guys and gals. The face in this place wants to win this race. Kara J., you want to face Eric Heron. Your husband. And this man wants to face, interestingly enough, his spouse or former spouse. It doesn't seem like she wants to face you, John. It seems like Mindy doesn't want to break up the Reds.
Really? She doesn't want to break up the Reds. Give me a damn break, Avi. You know as well as I do that she broke up the Reds a long time ago. What she doesn't want is she doesn't want a quick exit in round 2 because she knows what she's put this family through. And now she plays the victim. The damn victim. And she's pretty good at it, but it really doesn't look good on her.
What does that mean exactly, John?
well, for months, she comes in here. She's all strong woman. Fucking, she had me. She had me.
John Red, guys and gals.
Pretty much handled for years. She had me handled. She starts this crap with Howard, and she puts me damn near on the streets. I claw my way back up. Way up. My family saw me at my worst.
They did. They did.
My worst.
They did see you at your worst. But you know what, John? At the end of the day, we know that this is going to get resolved between you and Mindy some way or another. We know that's going to happen. I don't know exactly if you guys are going to be facing each other. Will Eric make that match a go? Will he make that happen? It could be everything you wanted. John, in 2023, you went from being a man who was suppressed, a man who was in a bad marriage, a man who was cheated on, and a man who felt useless, to a man that qualified for the tournament, was the top vote getter in round number 1 and advanced, to finding a love interest named Lauren, who we'll be seeing very soon, and a man who now can finally gain a bit of poetic justice by taking out the woman who led you down that path, who led you astray. It can be exactly what you need to finish out 2023 and start fresh in 2024. My 2 cents.
Man. You are right on. But see, I don't think that I think there's a lot of people out there that don't want to see that, because they know if the Red Army split like they are, they don't want to see the Red Army at full force. You see, I really feel like it's kind of going back to this Kara J. Howard, this thing that we, Kara got back in this on the heels of this 3-judge tournament that all 3 of them went to her. Cool. Yeah. Okay. She debated well that night. She told a good story. I feel like I told a good story as well. People wanted her in the tournament. They wanted to see me without the Red Army. But you can't deny it. And if we face each other in round 2, in round 3, the Red Army is at full force. I don't think that people want that.
Well,
Eric said,
people, go ahead.
He didn't ask anybody. Eric said he didn't ask anyone to come over and vote for him. I didn't ask anyone to come on and vote for me. I promoted it. They got in there. They were impelled to vote for me because of the argument I made. And to be honest with you, the only thing that I look forward to in beating Mindy in round 2 would be I don't have to hear about the Red Army in that match. I don't have to hear about that because that's all the chirping I hear. But they're loyal. But I'm not asking for any handouts.
Well, Andrew said you don't have to because he will decide, as will all the viewers, who the winner of this tournament will be. So, John Red, appreciate you joining us, my friend. Let's see what happens because really the best way to close out this broadcast is to remind the viewers, yes, as Andrew mentioned, and Bubba and everybody else, that they are the engine that makes this thing go. And why not show the faces that we see on the screen? Why not show their expressions? Last week we had our 150th episode. Let's take time for the Engine. Let's listen to their words and watch their faces as they express their joy for all things Green Room. Guys, we're going to close out the show. I'm going to bring in Howard, Julie, Kelly, and Joe Rositano on screen right now. Let's bring them all in. Guys, we're going to see your smiling faces right now. We're going to see the engine that makes this thing go. Close out the Green Room. And just remember, if you think that things got heated in the second half of this broadcast, you'd be right. And it's going to continue to get heated this Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Joe Rositano's page, Joe Rizart on Facebook, and Eric Heron's page for the Black Box. A lot of news, a lot of different stipulations, a lot of happenings will be happening on Monday. And remember, next Saturday night, another mystery versus mystery, guys. Will it be 3? Will it be 2? We don't know. But more and more big names. Check out the Winner's Circle poster. It keeps inflating with amazing talent. Check out all of the artwork. Go to thenewNetwork.com. You can watch this show and every other show we've aired for the last 8 months for free by clicking on Celebrity Grand Debate. Subscribe to a tier or two. Why don't you give us a shot, see how those talk shows are. We put a lot of work into them. And enjoy the smorgasbord of free content. But guys, enjoy. We've enjoyed you as well. So why not end this broadcast with all of your smiling faces, letting us know how we've been able to somehow please you as much as you've pleased us. We watched this video last week, guys and gals, and it was one hell of a video. I enjoyed every bit of it. But there is something else, guys and gals, that we want to play. It actually has all of your faces, guys and gals, because you showed us how much, again, we mean to you. So let me play this video over here, guys, because all of you were able to show up on camera, tell us what you think about the Green Room, tell us what you think about TKN. And again, the honor is all ours. So thank you for supporting us the way that you do consistently. This, guys and gals, makes up only part of the engine that makes this entire thing go.
Happy 150th episode of the Green Room. Thank you, Avi Klein, and the rest of the Green Roomers. From the celebrity tournament to the next series to the grand debates. Thank you guys for everything you're doing.
Hi Jess, how are you? I'm good. No, nothing. I just thought I'd give you a call. I don't know, I just want to see how you're doing. But you know what? There is something I wanted to tell you, just to remind you. You know, on TKN, they had that great show, that Green Room show that Avi Klein does. You've seen it. So anyway, this week, it's Saturday at 8 o'clock, it's the 150th show. You've got to see it. It's going to be really great. Yeah, I know, it is very entertaining. Avi calls it, edutaining. Yeah, that's his word. That's his word. Because you learn a lot of stuff and it's a lot of fun. You know, I know you've seen it a couple times. So, yeah, I like it because on Saturday nights I get to just sit and learn stuff. Like, you know, like I'm back in college or something. But really, when I'm sitting home in my pajamas, it's like I'm at a frat party because it's so much fun. So, yeah, I just wanted to remind you of that. Okay, and how's everything else? Okay, good. No, everything's okay. All right, I won't keep you. I know you got to go to work, but I just want to remind you, Saturday, 8 o'clock, TKN, the Green Room. Okay, I love you. Okay, bye. Hey, Julie Hall here. Congratulating you on 150 consecutive shows.
Very impressive. All due to the talents of Mr. Avi Klein, of course. Wishing for many more years to come.
Nice. Hi, everyone. It's your favorite host, Don Vic from the Don Vic Show. And I want to wish a happy 150th episode to the Green Room. Let's go.
Happy 150th episode, Green Room. Shalisa Baby here, and I love the new network. You will too. Tune in to www.thenewnetwork.com.
Just wanted to send out a big congratulations to the cast and crew and you, of course, Avi, on 150 episodes of the TKN network. Who would have known, man? Well, we knew, you knew, most people knew. For the people that don't know, we are going to make them know. Here's to a lifetime of another whack of episodes that you're going to keep us on the edge of our seat and enthralled with. Congratulations, guys. You guys deserve it, and all the best. Love yous.
That was awesome.
Woo! Oh, I love that so much.
We love the viewers too. So
That is
We love you and thank you.
awesome. Yeah, that was just beautiful.
Thank you for taking the time to do the videos and
doing
saying how
that.
much it meant to you guys, because we do this for you and we love you guys and we're so glad that you're part of our family as well. Thank
Yeah.
you, Karen. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Jaleesa. Thank you, Vic. Thank you, Julie Hall. And thank you, Johnny McKinney. So awesome, wasn't it?
That was freaking awesome. Really quick, what did everyone think about that? John Red, what do you think about that video?
Man, I think that says it all, man. It's the fans are the one.
Yes, the fans are the ones. So everybody
Fans
have
are
a
the ones,
wonderful
but-
evening.
You guys are the ones. Thank you so much, guys. You rock.
Yeah, thank you.